Yo. Top of the morning, top of the morning. What is up? I see we got our bro Lemmy in the house. We got Hales, we got Jay so far. What's going on with y'all? I'm just trying to set up the room, you feel me? Put the stuff on the jumbo treasy. Um So give me a second while I set the room up and get it all together. Let me get Kamikaze's info up there. You feel me? Word of mouth. Get his music streaming around, you feel me? Tweet it around and all that good stuff. Okay, so we got Kamikaze up there. Now we got to get Lemmy's stuff up there. Let's put this one up there for Lemmy. Did that one go up? Yes, it did. So, all right, we got they two infos on top of the jumbotron. That's all we really need right now at this moment. You feel me? What up, OC? What up? Yeah. So, what's going on this nice old Thursday with everybody? Y'all at work? Hales is in the UK, laying down, about to get into some slumber. You feel me? She's gonna vibe out to us before she goes to dreamy land, she said earlier. And what else is going on? That's about it. Since y'all don't want to talk to me, I'm gonna stuff my face real quick before we start getting situated. Gotta wait for Kamikaze, so give me a second. And if y'all haven't already, tweet the room out, let everybody know we about to get started at the top of the hour. Power hour. You feel me? Like to just kick back and vibe with y'all for a minute before we get underway. As a matter of fact, instead of having y'all just waiting in silence, since y'all don't want to be talking to me, you dig? Let me throw on some tunes. Let me throw on some tunes for y'all to vibe to real quick. Hold on one second. I gotta check these messages right here on this phone. See what they talking about, cause they might be talking about a little something. You dig? You feel me? What is this message? Let me put this. Tell them yes, it is. All right, so let's get to the Bluetooth. Turn that thing on. Connect that. You ready for audio? Y'all ready for some tunes? Nobody's on the mic to give me a request. So let me go and use this catalog and let me see what we can vibe to. You know what? Let me go into the Wake and Bake folder. Let's run some of these Wake and Bake vibes back. Let me put in I'm gonna put in y'all like Nunk It Out. So I'm gonna fuck with Nunk It Out. We're gonna vibe to Nunk It Out while we let the room build up. Welcome, Ritual. How you doing? We're still waiting for Kamikaze to pull up. Still waiting for the room to build up a little bit. If you guys could, like I said, retweet the room out. Let everybody know we getting started. While we're waiting, since nobody's getting on the mic, I'm not gonna keep talking to myself. All right. So I'm gonna play some music while we could chill out and vibe out for a little bit. So here we go with Lemmy and Kamikaze's track, the Nunk It Out remix, while we sit back and vibe for a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna play Palladian Guidance, right? Because that was a track they released last week, so that y'all can get a vibe and realize what type of music they are building and have been putting out, and what they can also do outside of the crypto sphere, right? With some real vibes on some real music, and not just specifically about a specific project. So Palladian Guidance, I'm finna run this right now, so enjoy. Oh, don't be a hater.
Guidance. Hit a hater with the highland. They label me as defiant. Real stain talk too much, they need tried it. I see they be trying it. I'm in the lab like a scientist. And let a falcon on rising. Spin cap, bro, they lying. I'm making some shining. Stay prayed up, it's all about timing. They took my kindness for blindness. Real south side, I used to eat rhymes. Now the bed is Orion. The lady ain't got it. Great awakening science. Enlightenment with knowledge. Palladian, 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 Palladian guidance. Palladian, 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 Palladian guidance. Palladian guidance. Hit a hater with the highland. They label me as defiant. Real stain talk too much, they need tried it. I see they be trying it. I'm in the lab like a scientist. And let a falcon on rising. Spin cap, bro, they lying. Finding myself through time and space. I'm gonna keep going, do whatever it takes. Keep going, there's no time to waste. Pleiadian guidance, flying through every galaxy. I'm out of this world, but I come in peace. Speak to the universe, it speaks to me. Pleiadian guidance, on the rise like the sun, I'm the only one. Got one shot at life, make it bang like a drum. I'm too calm for the starfire. I follow it to get inspired. To walk, I'm never tired. The universe is such a tease, good and bad. I know what it's teaching me. Spread love with fire and desire. Grow together to build an empire. It ain't no liar. A lady ain't guidance. Hit a hater with the highland. They label me as defiant. Real stain talk too much, they need tried it. I see they be trying it. I'm in the lab like a scientist. And let a falcon on rising. Spin cap, bro, they lying.
All right. That was Palladian Guidance by our boys Lemmy and Kamikaze. If nobody's gonna get on the mic to talk to me, we just gonna keep running some music back until Kamikaze gets up in here, and we could get this conversation going. So let's go next to there he is right there, Kamikaze. I was about to play some music because didn't nobody want to be talking to me. So um we got Kamikaze to the microphone and Hales to the microphone. What up, Hales? What up? What up? What up?
Hello, sorry, I was busy sorting myself out to just chill out to Lemmy and Kamikaze.
It's all good. It's all good. You already know I was about to make it happen. I was about to play some music till he got up in here. He here now. Lemmy, I know he told us last night he wouldn't be able to be talking as much today. He's handling some personal business, and he can't be talking on the space call, but he is in attendance. He could listen in. Um, but we got Kamikaze here. What up, my guy, Kamikaze? All the way in South Africa. It's wake and daybreak for him because it's evening time out. Yeah, you feel me? What's going on, Kamikaze, on the other side of the world?
Hey, what's good? How's everyone doing today? I'm good. I'm good. I'm chilling. How's everyone doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Chilling, getting ready to get this thing started with y'all, vibing out and kicking back. It's been kind of busy week for me, but things are good.
So I can
Yeah,
try and do an
it's been quite
impersonation of Lemmy.
Wait, wait,
hectic week.
Kamikaze.
Hey, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Can you hear Hale? She started talking and you stepped all over her.
It's so good. That's why I stopped. I was just going to say I can sit here and do my best impression of Lemmy every now and then. I can just come in with a whoa whoa.
There you go. Whoa, whoa. So we got a filler with the whoa whoas. You feel me? All right, my bad, Kamikaze. Go ahead, my guy. Is he rugging? Cause his microphone is off for me right now. Well, it's like off where it shows he should be speaking. There we go. Kamikaze, can you hear us, my guy? You're up. You are up and running now. Kamikaze. Kamikaze. Everybody say it. Kamikaze. 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 Ah, he's struggling.
Kamikaze, 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 kamikaze.
He can't hear us. He cannot hear us. Yep, there
Oh,
he
he's
goes. He's
rugging.
about to hop back in.
So there you go. You pretend to be kamikaze. I'll
Oh,
pretend to be Lemmy.
I can't do
Full
that.
house.
I was talking to Jakes yesterday, right? What trips me out is people from different countries, right? That have accents when you listen to them just talk in regular conversation, right? And then when you hear them do music, singing or rapping, how that like to me having an American ear, right, a United States ear, when I listen to foreign artists, music artists, like it amazes me that they just sound like they're from America. Like their whole complete accent is just gone. Like it trips me out. I was talking to Jakes about that yesterday. So I was like because I was listening to some of their music, right? Kamikaze and Lemmys, and then I was like, it trips me out how Kamikaze don't even sound like he has that accent at all. And
Oh, he's
and then
gone
I
again.
yeah, and then I was like my favorite singer back in the day as a singer used to be Celine Dion, right? And if you hear Celine Dion talk, she has such a heavy accent, right? And then when she
Mm-hmm.
sings, you don't hear that shit at all, right? And then Jakes was like, "What about Adele?" And I was like, "Yeah, Adele's another one, right? When she's talking, she's all English and UK-ish, but then when she starts blowing them pipes, like she just sounds like she from the United States to me. So that trips me out. There we go. We got our guy Kamikaze back. What up, my guy?
Yeah, I got rugged there. Think like the network's tripping, but yeah. Where was I? I don't remember what I was saying and where I got cut
I
off.
don't either. I don't
It's
either.
okay. Start from scratch. We'll just do a do over.
Yeah, we just gonna remix this thing.
All right. Yeah. Today's a pretty dope day. Yeah, we're gonna have an interesting topic to talk about. Yeah, I'm excited to speak about this one. We're gonna be talking about the tokenization of music. You know, one of those
Ooh.
topics. So we're just gonna be speaking about tokenization of music and how it's gonna affect musical artists and how it's gonna affect their career. So how do you think tokenizing your music is going to affect your music career, and how is it going to benefit you in future. So if anyone's a musician that wants to come up, yeah, let's hear you guys speak about that. Let us know what you think about tokenizing your music and how that's going to affect your music career.
Dang, you just get right in here and get right to business, huh? We can't even vibe out a little bit and warm up before you just want to jump into the heavy conversation. You
Hey,
feel
Hey
me?
though, hey
hey,
though, hey
okay.
though, hey though, hey though.
Whoa, whoa.
Nah. While people think about what Kamikaze just said, I was listening to everything. Kamikaze, you was about to go about how busy your week was, and and another thing, Tuco brought an important thing up about like um a lot of the people that's not from US, they have their accents, and but a lot of the artists sound like American. Can you touch on your I guess on your journey as an artist and who you study to like get the kind of voice that you have when you perform? Because that is true. A lot of artists who's like from UK and got the English accent, they sound American. You know, they come off as American. You would think that they're American if you didn't know where it was from. And then talk about your week. You know what I'm saying? While everybody think about their answer or whatever, how they gonna answer that question? Because I think that is something to think about while we warm up. If I ain't asking too much.
No, no, it's a pretty dope question. It's one that makes me, yeah, it's gonna make me think a lot. But I guess, yeah, I listened to a lot of hip hop as a kid growing up. So I guess I got influenced by, yeah, the American culture, and like all the artists that were there. Like the first major artist I know that like I got interest and like was really into was, of course, like 50 Cent when he dropped Get Rich or Die Trying. Like that album was like the epitome of me like getting into, like, getting seriously interested in hip hop. And from there, it expanded. All the other artists started popping. And then I started getting into like the whole Lil Wayne's, the whole Pharrell's, the Drake's. And one artist that I can say was like an inspiration to me at some point when I started my career is I can say, yeah, Tiger was one of those artists, because like he had that swagger, he had that vibe. So I was into his kind of vibe, because he had this kind of swagger. And yeah, when I started rapping, like I had that kind of flow flow going. His old stuff, like when he started making like Black Thoughts, and when he was the albums before, even like that, the potential, all that, like his vibe then, yeah, was what like influenced me to like get into the whole rapping vibe. And yeah, he influenced my sound. So as I kept improving my game, like I started then listening to more diverse artists, versatile artists. Like I then started listening to Odd Future. Odd Future, Tyler the Creator. They had more wordplay. They had the quirky punchline sometimes, and um that's what broadened my skills after that, because like it made me think of how to change my punchlines and have more deeper punchlines than the usual. And of course, Kanye West was one of those artists who influenced me to start working on beats at a stage where I started getting used to rapping. And then yeah, but one artist especially that influences my sound still to this day is Haji Beats, and a bit of Childish Gambino here and there. But like I listen to Haji. Like Haji's one of those artists. Like he's really awesome. yeah, he gives me like the kind of inspiration to go keep going, and like my cadences sometimes, and the flows I do. Yeah, he's one of those major artists that I can say comes to mind where he influenced me a bit to this day, as well as Childish Gambino. So yeah, I do agree. There are artists that get influenced a whole lot here in South Africa, and all around the world, that get influenced by American artists and have that flow, that have like the accents too. But yeah, you have brought up something that was something that I didn't really think about, but yes, it is true that yeah, many do get influenced. So yeah, that those are my influences mainly. And then now, like, I do listen to a few new artists here and there. Like Sango Beats is pretty dope, but now I listen to like instrumentals and like music without any lyrics in it sometimes. But yeah, I do listen to like an artist named Waldo here and there. He's dope too, from the Grand Rapids, Michigan. So he has this crazy style with working with Sango. So yeah, he's one of those artists that it has this new style, but also keeps the rhymes there. So yeah, he's dope. Yeah, so those are my influences, bro.
All right, for sure, for sure. Appreciate you answering that question. What I was gonna say. All right, what's the name? I got a little time on my hands to talk because I'm waiting on my hairdresser to come through. But if I do fade out, that means I'm busy with her. But what's the name brought up? I got a question for the whole everybody in here. What's his name? Sina Shore from last show. He
Yeah,
brought up
Sino.
something.
Yeah, Sino. Sure.
Yeah, he brought up something from last episode that I kind of wanted to address it, but I had forgot. He said that I sound like some people. He said that I sounded like some people, and that was kind of the first time I ever heard that because a lot of people say that when they try to compare me to anybody, they don't really compare me to anyone. They say I got an original sound or whatever. So I wanted to see if anybody can draw any parallels. I wanted to ask him that when he said it, but I didn't really think to say nothing. Does anybody in the chat think that Kamikaze sounds like anybody when he raps, and does anybody think that I sound like anybody when I rap? Like, cause really, I hold that in high regard. I really don't want to sound like nobody. I want to sound like myself. I want to be as original as possible. But just a question to the audience, and who does Kamikaze sound like and why, and who do I sound like and why? And if we sound like ourselves, we just sound like ourselves.
I think in order to answer that question properly, we're going to need to hear another track. So we've got something to really listen to.
Okay. You trying to hear something? All right, what you want to hear? Shit, you requested that. What you think you should? What you think you want to hear right now?
Oh, I can't remember what that song is. It's one of the FKM Pirate ones, and you actually do the
Oh,
pirate voice in it. I can't remember what it's called now. I was
oh,
listening to
Seven
it
Seas,
the other
Seven
day.
Seas.
Yes,
Seven C's. Is
Yeah,
that the one? Seven
yeah.
C's. All right.
Yeah.
So we got a request for Seven C's. We're gonna vibe to this before we start really rolling into the wake and bake vibes conversations.
And
So
two code.
yes,
Before before
yes.
you
Here
before
we
you
go.
play it, um, I guess we could do it after. If do you think the same thing should go for Kamikaze? Do you want to hear a song from him as well, or do you want to?
100%.
All right, cool. So I guess we'll just do it after. Tuco, you go ahead and run it, man.
All right, here we go. Here we go. We got Seven C's, and this is actually a FKM song that Lemmy made a few months ago. So, request Our Lady Hales, all the way in the UK. Before we get into this conversation of who do you guys think Lemmy and Kamikaze might sound like, just a little bit. Here we go.
This too cold, raw and uncut. You know the vibe, FKM Pirates, this song is for you. While we sail on this ship, let's chant and let's sing. This This was made with love for our tribe and our crew.
FK and pirates, that's how we ride. We do not die, we multiply. Sailing along the seven seas. Up in the air, we feeling the breeze. Approaching your coast, your land we seize. Arr, mate, pass me the trees. Arr, ya bum, pass me the FKM, the F is for fun. The F is also for fuck 'em, bro. Bitches went out so ugly. Machetes, we really touching the cannons. We really busting Lex parrots. I really love 'em. My shoulder was really dusty. My tribe said really fuck 'em. Your boy, he really suck. Ballin' like Rodney Stuckey. Call us nigga again. I got Mexican pirates that really gon' do you in. Meta universe, however you wanna take it. You started shit first. Just know that I got it in it. The lighting, I'm so splendid. Look how too cold winning. Lords of the XRPL, that boy is going to hell. Dr. Shows, look how we gel. Lulu going for the kill. Schmeckles gang, not for real. Beat their like Emmett Till. Now they say reverse racism. You better stop that crypto colorism. And stop all that blockchain bitching. Cause you see some black pirates winning. FK and pirates, that's how we ride. We do not die, we multiply. Sailing along the seven seas. Up in the air, we feeling the breeze. Approaching your coast, your land we seize. Arr, mate, pass me the trees. Arr, ya bum, pass me the FKM, the F is for fun. The F is also for fucking. The women know we can't cuff them. We hit them and then we running. My child, that is no assumption. XRP is what I'm pumping forever. I'm never dumping. Hit the village, make some deals and get some rum. I'm sorry for the wait. The ship is overweight. It's payload with the freight. Got treasure chests for days. We rerouted the map. We triangular trap. They said that we leaving, but they know we'll be right back with the robo dreams and the asamas. More fire like a Molotov. Bare face, no mess, I got the job. No 50 Cent will show you how to rob. The F is also for fuck 'em, bro. Bitches went out so ugly. Machetes, we really touching the cannons. We really busting Lex parrots. I really love 'em. My shoulder was really dusty. My tribe said really fuck 'em. Your boy, he really sucked. The F is also for fucking. The women know we can't cuff 'em. We hit 'em and then we running. My child, that is no assumption. XRP is what I'm pumping forever. I'm never dumping. Hit the village, make some deals and get some rum. Now they say reverse racism. You better stop that crypto colorism. And stop all that blockchain bitching. Cause you see some black pirates winning. FK and pirates, that's how we ride. We do not die, we multiply. Sailing along the seven seas. Up in the air, we feeling the breeze. Approaching your coast, your land we seize. Arr, mate, pass me the trees. Arr, ya bum, pass me the FKM, the F is for fun.
Triangular trap tsunami.
Hey, okay. That was the Lemmy track, right? And Kamikaze just sent me a track to run by him, right? So that we can do the comparison of who do you think Lemmy and Kamikaze may sound like if they do sound like anybody to you guys. So this is Starborn Dreamer from Kamikaze. You feel me? So let's get into that. Oh man. Get up out of here. I hate accepting cookies. You gotta get a different platform. I hate accepting cookies, Kamikaze.
Independence, independence, stubborn, younger, don't be dreaming. If you had it on my money, go. I smoke to let my mind afloat. Temporary babies, fucking with the shit crazy. My focus nearly hazy, gotta let them go and face me. Sadness never leaves your face, dreaming happy endings. How long till you say I got this on my own? Scared to think of ways to grow, push me in the right me. Mistakes grab my mind and soul, taught me out this misery. Talk me out this misery, fuck me like you miss me. I don't got no feelings, baby, trying to persuade me into happiness. Your life's not bright enough to let go of this past that holds me tight. Sadness never leaves your face. Dreaming happy endings. How long will you stay? You got it all. You got it all.
Girl, I really miss your vibe. I'm really hoping that the love is still alive. I'm really thinking about being in between them guys, but please do not compare me to all the other guys, cause your loving was the best. And I heard you loud and clear, girl, I really got the message. If I was honest with you, then you wouldn't have left me. Your mind is what I'm really obsessed with. Baby, please don't judge me because I would have an objection. So let's cut the tension. What I really want is your attention. I see a future with you like we are the Jetsons. My life is really messed up, but there's no second guessing. Let's leave it all in the past. Don't let time go by like sand through the hourglass. Keep going till we turn to ash. Before we part ways, there's a few things I gotta ask. Like, was it worth it? Will it help you reach your purpose? Why does loving someone always hurt me? Reason why relationships will never working. My mind ain't working. Don't really feel like myself. The same. We're not the same. You gotta wake up from this crazy dream. Why am I this human being?
That's an abrupt stop to a song. Jeez. Whoops. Let me get out of that app. Oh shit. How do you stop it? All right. There we go. um So those are two different tracks that we got from Kamikaze and Lemmy, right? And before we got into the music, I had brought up the conversation of foreign artists, right? People not from the U.S. When they make music, how their accents are gone, right? To me, having an American ear, it sounds like they are American, and we kind of touched on that. And Kamikaze told us who his influences were, like as far as hip hop, American hip hop artists, whatnot. And then let me extended the dialogue to a question that a point that somebody had brought up last week at the Wake and Bake. Sino Shore had brought up that he thought that Lemmy sounded like Kendrick Lamar in a way, like he can hear that some type
Nah,
of.
nah, 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 nah. Tuco, he didn't say that. He just said I sounded like somebody. He didn't say nobody in particular.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You good though? You good?
Okay, so Lemmy wants to know if you guys have listened to Lemmy and Kamikaze's music collectively, right, together or separate. Do they sound like anybody to you guys? That's what Lemmy wants to know. And if you guys can't join that conversation, then you guys could think about it, and maybe we could retouch that next week. But I know that Kamikaze has some things he wants to talk about as we got the room kind of filled up a little bit more. And we're going to be talking about music NFTs and tokenization of music. So if, oh, here we go. We got OC. OC might want to add to this. So what up, OC? You think they sound like some people in the industry? You think that you can hear some similarities in a sense? We got Red
Nope.
Eye too joining the conversation. Okay.
The answer is nope. In my opinion, I think they each bring their own original style. Now, any style, I guess, an adaptation of any and all styles that you make your own as an artist. Um, but every track that he has, there's always a cadence in there, and that's one of the things that I fuck with. Like, there's always something catchy in Lemmy's tracks, and Kamikaze just comes in with the hardcore lyrics and the flow, and yeah, I mean, I wouldn't compare them to anybody.
Yeah, that's my take on it too, right? They sound like Kamikaze and Lemmy to me, right? And then before they linked up and started making tracks together, Lemmy just sounded like Lemmy to me. He has a different flow and a different delivery than what I'm used to hearing, right? So, how about you, Red Eye?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, man, they're so original. I mean, I was listening to the X Nunks remix with the Kamikaze on it, and on there, he sounds like there's this old school group from the East Coast called Boogie Monsters, and he sounded like Vex the Vortex. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, okay. So you said you had a little bit of similarity to Vex the Vortex. So that's a little bit of hip hop history for you. You feel me? All right. Thank you for that, you guys. All right. So let's jump into Kamikaze's topic. What are we going to be talking about today, Mr. Kamikaze, the owner and creator of the XRPL project, Sonar Muse? Now, I know you guys have not been hearing a lot about it, and that's because he's not trying to market it right now. But I say it every week. I say it throughout all my calls, right? Throughout the week that I do host. If you don't know about Sonar Muse, I suggest you kind of start doing your research and maybe follow the Twitter page because Sonar Muse is doing something different that I have not seen as far as all the projects that I've come across on the XRPL. It is going to be the first music NFT store as well as streaming platform, right? They have not done no airdrops. They have not released any coins at all. And that is because Kamikaze wants to be able to give the XRPL community something tangible before he starts dropping any coins, right? He wants to show his work and what it is he has really been working on, and that this is a real live product. And boom, here you go. We can use it and we can start streaming music and downloading music and all of that stuff within the XRPL. So, in my opinion, Sonar Muse is going to be the Apple Music, the Google Music, the Spotify, and the SoundCloud for the XRPL. So, without further ado, let's get to Kamikaze and his topic that he wants to get into.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that introduction, to Cold. Really appreciate it. Yeah. So I do plan on releasing the project and not doing an airdrop as yet because yeah, we want to have an ecosystem for that token to be used on before we just allow people to hold the coin. We don't want them to just be holding the coin and not having anything to do with it because there's no point in that, just holding a coin for that long. So yeah, we definitely planning on doing that, and I hope you guys are ready because yeah, there will be some exciting news, exciting updates coming soon. But to carry on with what we've been talking about, like music related, yeah, I want to talk about the tokenization of music, especially in this age, how that would affect your music career and uh, how it would also affect your life as a musician. So if you're a musician, let us know like how tokenizing your music is going to change your life or how it's going to affect your music career in some way.
Okay, before we go down that conversation, right? For the people who may listen to this on YouTube who don't know anything about that aspect, right? What is tokenization? What is tokenizing your music? Can you explain that to people who may be tuning into this later?
So to me, tokenization is basically changing like old data into a symbol or something that retains information for the long run. So tokenization, yeah, for me is just bringing it more into a digital realm, and having it as an asset in some way. So tokenizing music in that way is what I consider tokenization. So what for me, let me elaborate on tokenization. It's just putting it in terms of blockchains and distributed ledgers. Yeah, tokenization is putting it on there for the public to be able to hold. It's somewhat more stable, more, it's permanent in a way on the ledgers. So yeah, that's what
So,
tokenization to me
so if
is.
I'm getting it clearly, Kamikaze, you're not really referring to the IOU tokens, but you're more of a NFT non-fungible token, correct? Making music
Yes,
into
of course.
NFTs.
Yes, I'm talking about non-fungible tokens in this sense, because yeah, we can't have a fungible song. Um, there's nothing like that as yet. I don't know of any, but yeah, non-fungible tokens is what we specifically talking about today.
All right. So yeah, that's what I wanted to get the breakdown of for people who may be tapping into this conversation on YouTube later on, who may not know what tokenization means, right? So Kamikaze is asking, what does it mean to turn your music into NFTs, basically? So that's the conversation that he wants to jump into. Lemmy dropped out, which means he's probably getting his hair done right now. Um, so let's start with you, OC, and Red Eye. Red Eye, you're into the music as well, right? You produce. So what is NFT in your music mean, and what do you expect that to look like?
Give me a few minutes to code. I'm at work right now. If somebody else can go first.
All right, for sure. Red Eye, how about you? Can you hop on that?
Sure. Yeah. For me, I guess, like, far as payment wise, payments would be like pretty much instant, and you don't have to wait for the distributor to, get their cut and, decide what they want to give you.
Okay, we got Space Park up here. Space Park was DMing me a couple nights ago, and they're into music as well. They play piano as well. So what does NFT in your music? What is that going to mean for you, Space Park?
Hey, what's up, everyone? So, for now, I don't know. I wanted to ask this why how to tokenize your song, like one song. If you just make it one token, then only one person can own it. Were you thinking of like having multiple tokens with like different artwork for each representative token? Because that's kind of what I've been doing on the solo, but it's kind of wonky. Not really feeling it. Uh, but just opening it up to everybody.
Yeah, see, you're in the perfect place because I think so. If you made one song, I think you can sell it more than once, right? I think you can mint it as many times as you want, and it's not just a one of one. So Kamikaze would be able to better answer that and probably touch into exactly what it is that Sonar Muse is doing for artists.
Yes, that's a pretty interesting question, and question that always comes to mind whenever I'm developing. Like, how would someone be able to sell multiple amounts of one song, of a single? So in that sense, so yes, like Tuko said, you'll be able to mint it multiple times. So when you're on the Sonar Muse platform, what we plan to do is, when you're uploading the music or when you're planning to mint it, because you would have an option to either, choose if you want to mint it as an NFT, or if you just want it to be on the streaming platform and earn micro payments from it. So with that said, in terms of the NFTs, you would be able to mint it multiple times. So you would have the same art cover, of course, but of course, the artist who mints or creates the NFT, they would have multiple, like a collection of that, and it would be basically the same, because you can have a fixed amount of an NFT. If I'm correct, with XLS20, you can have multiple, but it wouldn't make sense to have like too many of them. So it should be something rare, um, so that so that people can find value in it. So we consider those as a it's similar to a commodity. So it's not it's not a depreciative asset. So it could appreciate at any time, because yeah, songs do not depreciate in value as time goes by. Songs do get better. So you tend to if you tend to find a song like that was lame maybe like 5 years ago, maybe if you listen to it now, you may find value in it now than you had 5 years ago. So in terms of tokenization, yes, we do find it to have value. Tokenization of music. That's my take on how I feel about tokenization as well. It would impact music in that way, to the point that people can create more value for songs, because songs, we consider as an asset class, an alternative asset class, just like collectibles. So for that, yeah, that's my take. And with the NFTs, yes, you would be able to mint multiple. So you would set the amount you want mintable, like basically the amount in your collection, and then people can mint that and be able to own those rights. I hope I answered your questions, Baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
So so you've been minting songs on solo. Is that what I heard correctly?
Yeah, I've been basically just doing just one NFT, and then
Okay.
just doing like I have the same art, but it's skewed a little differently.
So
Just because yeah, go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
It's because it's just a one man. It's kind of like a one man project, so
Yeah,
I just
so
have to.
this is what you're running into with solo, right? This is
Right.
because solo is running off of the XLS 14,
14. Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
that means that you cannot mint in bulk, right? Like
Okay.
Lemmy had showed me how to mint on Tezos, how to mint on I think it's called Koku or something, Kaiku or something. This is where he used to mint his music, right? And he showed me how to mint something, and I was able to mint however many I wanted. Like I could mint that one piece of art, and it was music on it, and I minted it 500 of it. So that's the difference with what XLS. That's the difference with what Solo is offering to the community right now, is from not even just the music aspect, projects that are putting art up for work, regular JPEG NFTs, they have to. So when you see a project that has a collection of 50 or 100, they minted those one by one. Like, and as a musician, like Kamikaze said, you don't want to put out 10 million, right? Because you want it to be rare. And as time goes on, people are going to put their own price on it because they own that record themselves. And when they resell it, they may have bought your single for 5 XRP, right? Or whatever, 10 XRP. But as years go on and you get more exposure, now they have a real rare piece of your music that when you minted it, let's say you only released 1,000 copies of that. So they can bring that value up for themselves, right? But then you've also attached royalties to it. So when they flip it and they bought it for 10, and let's say they go to sell that single for 100 XRP, you're going to get royalties off of that sale. And then let's say that person who bought that for the 100 XRP, let's say they go to flip it and now they put it up for 200 XRP. you're going to get that royalty off of that 200 XRP flip. So that's why everybody is so adamant and impatiently waiting for this XLS20 to drop, not just as musical artists, but just as NFT artists, visual artists, JPEG artists, if you want to call them that, whatever. They're waiting to be able to mint a collection in a bulk sense and not have to do it one by one, because from my understanding, people and projects who are minting multiple things on Sologenic, it's taking them hours, like, because they have to mint it and then sign
Yeah,
everything over
every
and
time. It's
over and
every.
over.
Yeah, I've done over 100. It's ridiculous. You the whole day. It's your whole day, and you're only
Yeah,
doing a few, and not even 100. You know. And
yeah.
then
So
I have one more question for Kamikaze on his platform. Like, so I obviously the mint the bulk minting is what we kind of want, but can we do different, like say a first edition and then like a different, like the rest of collection stuff like that? Is that a possibility as well?
Are you talking about with regards to the same song?
Yeah, yeah, something like the same song. Or what if you did like the song and then you changed it up or something? You did something different to it. Technically, it would be a different version of it. What if you
Yeah,
go around doing different versions? You can do stuff like that, right?
yeah, it is possible. Just like any other streaming platform, you would be able to upload a different version of a song on there. Uh, I think the only thing you would need to change is if you are planning to put on a streaming service on our side, you would have to change the the ISRC code, because that's a different version of the song. So so that the streaming numbers are separated. It also depends on the metadata you adding on to XLS24D, yeah, which is the metadata of XLS20D. So whatever metadata you putting in there, it could be slightly different to the original song. So yes, it could be possible.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah. And then the minting process, would it be using your native token, right? To mint, and would there be a burn, or is this like a I don't know. So I just wanted to ask you, but it seems really awesome. So thanks for doing this.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the question. Yes, so you would be using the Wimbo token to mint on our platform. So you would pay a fee to actually mint your music, depending on the your account. So with our platform, we would require you to go through KYC if you're an artist in order for you to upload music, because we want to ensure that you are indeed who you say you are before you just decide to upload music. But as well as we would be reviewing the music before we allow it to get minted, so that we can check if it is really your song or not. But um yeah, we are going to be allowing you to pay to mint using our native token.
all right, perfect. Real quick sidebar. I see you 808. Sidebar, real quick. I was just DM'd some important information for the community. If you guys are into dev talk and understand that type of language, Yoke is hosting a developers talk, and we say when, who is the creator of XRPL Labs, will be in the building. If you guys wanted to, if you guys have multiple devices, to tune in to that on Discord as well. And if you hear something, you can type in questions in the Discord and and let them know, or ask your question about anything XLS20 and all of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to actually go attend that one, but it seems like they started a bit late because yeah, I was hoping we I could have listened to it before we entered this space. So I'm gonna try multitask and listen to both.
All right, for sure. 808, go ahead, my guy.
Hello, everybody. I just want to say I'm very glad to see someone else up in the space doing something with music. Tokenization of music, one of the first ones I've seen come out, came on a network that you do not like, True Code. Yeah, but
Uh,
for me, I do have a
uh,
lot of friends who play music. I myself play music. But to be able to tokenize music for people and musicians, to cut out that entities and record labels, it costs a lot of money for even people that can sing that don't have the funds to actually pay for record labels and all that, and to be able to a person themselves show the skills they got, the voice they got, and to be able to share it on a platform that is very decentralized and leaving out that those record labels and stuff like that is very very awesome. And we've seen it with Gala, but still, yeah, that's still yet on a level of, is very expensive still, to me, in my point of view. But I'm glad to see other people working towards it. There's actually one other project that was being worked on in around 2019, but it didn't last. And I don't think it was really tokenizing the music, but you were able to sell songs individually through X Songs. It was a project Craig Dewitt was working on before. It didn't last. I don't think it's still around, but it was pretty cool because it was using federated sidechains and hooks on that project, which a lot of people is now talking about now. But yeah, tokenization of music and for just regular musicians to be able to actually share their music and stuff like that is very awesome.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much, 808. Yeah, I do see a lot of potential with tokenizing on the XRPL, but there is honestly one issue, and OC Lost Art actually brought it up. He brought it up to my attention a bit more, and that was, the fact that you only one wallet address will be able to get paid the royalties for the song once it gets sold, once the NFT gets sold. So on our platform, I've been trying to find a way around that. So the only way to prevent or to go around that is to you know have the payments come through us, and then we split the payments uh between the artists who are involved because of the
With
metadata
Hey
we
bro, with the
we're storing.
new amendment coming out, you wouldn't have to. You just have to switch it on there because the XLS 20, I think you believe, or is it 24? Chris down there should know more about it, but I believe the royalties part of it has been implemented into the amendment as well.
I think you're right, 808, but I think it's just for one account as far as royalties. I don't think it's for multiple people.
Right. We were
Yeah,
discussing
it's
the other
it's a
day,
new.
and what we'd kind of come up with was that if when hooks gets implemented, you can attach a hook to a call it like a royalties account. So having all your royalties go to a single account, and then having that rehook any payments that it receives to go to wherever you have it programmed to go to.
Yeah, I'm glad that you bring that up, Hamza, because that's one of the things that I was waiting for. I didn't want to, I guess, speak too soon because I wasn't sure if that was going to be possible. But I was thinking the same thing with the implementation of hooks coming soon. Then I was thinking that'd be the way to be able to split it off to multiple artists.
Yeah, like some type of small contract. That would definitely help.
The thing is with it, you can only attach a hook to an account that you own, right? So, like for example, and that's why I say setting up a royalties wallet, right? That all of your royalties go to, and then having your hook set up from there to redistribute, because you couldn't attach it to like the exchange, for example. That wouldn't work.
Makes sense. I'll be honest. I'll probably see how people do it and learn from their mistakes.
Speaking of that, while we're on the topic of minting music, I wanted to bring up, or I guess ask anybody's input on the paging issues that we might come across, and like how, if anybody has a plan on how to write their metadata, as we're lacking XLS24 implementation currently. What steps are you going to take to try and make your metadata for your music consistent?
That's a big
And
question, man. If you want to touch on that, Kamikaze, I personally haven't figured it out. I don't think anybody in the space has figured it out. That's a very big question for sure.
Yeah, it is still a topic till this day that nobody has figured out completely. One thing I intend to do is, yeah, I want to have a standard for music as its own standard with XLS20. Um, but yeah, there should be one solid schema for tokenizing uh, tokenizing any type of assets on the XRPL. So I think we will see something in future, but it should be something simple so that like you could add a bit more data that is not related to a certain type of token, non-fungible token or type of media. So I do see something simple being implemented first, and then like you could add your own additional metadata in the end. But from what I've heard, it could be like it could consume a whole lot of time when having to load it up. But I think it would be worth it though to have like your own custom metadata with regards to music on the XRPL. That should have like a fixed or a set standard for music that everyone can use.
I think the easiest thing you could do for music is just to use the ID3 tag format. I mean, people are already used to it. The information's already there. It's industry standard as it is. Like, but as far as NFTs in general, right? I don't know if like it would be kind of if you have an audio file like this is the suggested metadata. An image file, a movie file, a document, perhaps.
So I did look at back when I think it was Mike who brought up the whole thing with XLS24. I did create a document. I don't know if I still have it up there, in which I forgot what site they recommended, but it's pretty much a list of properties that pretty much depending on the file, whether it's an MP4 or wave or audio file, whatever it is, picture. It tells you sort of the industry standard properties that are usually included within the metadata. Now, one of the issues, in my opinion, is I honestly don't think we're even going to be able to find a standard or figure out a standard within the NFTs, because there is what you just mentioned, the music standard, but even amongst the world, there's multiple standards, and it's all for the most part locally based on the database. For example, I may have my metadata as artist, and somebody else may have it as performers. When you're querying for different information, even though that information may be there, you probably still won't be able to get it because you're not querying the proper thing. And I agree, as far as adding more metadata to the NFT. In my opinion, throughput will eventually stop being a problem. With 5G phones getting faster processing, all that shit. I think the throughput will eventually improve to a rate where we're not gonna have to worry about that too much. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll be able to find a standard. But I mean, I know there's a couple people with their hands up.
Go ahead, Chris.
So for the metadata, what we have attached to the tokens can be extremely simple. Just basically who created it, what is it, it's music. But you you don't have to have everything in the same metadata file. You can link to another one, or You can even have it your marketplace specific. So when I open up a NFT and say it's from Solo, and it's got the basic stuff just for it to be categorized everywhere. But then they could have Solo metadata, and then when you go to that link, it's got all the stuff that they care about and categorize in their marketplace. And if you wanted to, you could scrape through that yourself and make that something that your marketplace is also able and capable of dealing with. That's the whole point of the basic metadata, is so that everything understands what it is. And if you want and you have the time and you have the development team, you could go through and develop for everybody else's standards too, if you wanted to have a lot more detail in your marketplace. And I think a lot won't bother with that, but ones that want to be the best will definitely take the effort to go through and scrape out as much metadata from each of those sites. But it'll be very intensive of how much work it's going to be. For music, though, what's interesting, you could do this with images too, but I think it would be hard to get anybody to go for it. But with music, you already have the metadata on the file. So if you were to find your basic metadata in your music, music marketplace, you could scrape all of that, what is it, ID4 information off of the actual music file, so that you can maintain that standard across the music industry. Because I think that will be an issue when you start trying to get, say, SoundCloud, for example. If you were to make a partnership with SoundCloud and say, hey, all I want is an option for everybody that uploads their music on SoundCloud to also offer ownership of the file, so everybody can listen to it, but there could be an owner of it. Everybody's listening to that same song, but there's one super fan who happens to own that music. He's got the rights to it, but everybody gets to listen to it. SoundCloud wouldn't have to do anything. That metadata is already put there by the artist or the developer or SoundCloud themselves. And it's scrapable by your marketplace and everybody's marketplace, because it's a lot simpler. Like, music metadata has been around forever. It's been standardized. It's used. Unlike images, the only thing we seem to do on images for metadata is tagging the exact geographic location, and a lot of people don't realize that when they upload their
And
photos.
time, bro. Geographic
Man,
location and
it's
time.
scary. Like, luckily, sites like Twitter, I think, remove all of that, and Facebook and such. But if you're uploading your image to like Pastebin or any of those sites, like anything not major, that data might not get removed. So you want to be really careful about the metadata on all the files you use, because even if you make a Word document, an Excel document, all of those documents have your full name on them, as long as that's what you set your computer up as, because it's pulling that data from your laptop and it's saying document by Chris Thompson, on everything that you're making. Everything has metadata. So if these standards already exist, some of these media files that we're going to turn into NFTs, all we need to do is learn how to find that metadata and push for people to actually use it when they make their files. And then that's the simplest way to do it. We don't need to invent a standard. All we need to do is invent the basic data, and then have everybody have their marketplace learn how to get the metadata we've been using since the 90s.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree with that. I agree 100% with that method. Um, having a set standard on each platform, and then being able to, incorporate all the other standards, in order to create interoperability. So yeah, that seems like a quicker and safer bet, instead of having to find one set standard. Because yeah, like you said, yeah, there are going to be a whole lot of standards, and a lot of people are going to create their own standards for tokenizing NFT, tokenizing things on the XRPL.
It's complicated too, right? Like, I could make a project, say I do like crazy beavers. So on the marketplace, I want to be able to filter all the different beaver projects. But then it gets weird, because I could make some mythical creature, invent a creature, have a hybrid creature, and then my project itself doesn't have to be all beavers. Like, there's some point where it's so wishy-washy that you just don't care. So then if your whole site depends on the metadata and how we categorize it, you'll lose a lot of really unique things. So then you'll just kind of be drowned in the projects that just make the one thing with slight little differences. You know, the example that keeps coming up lately is, you know, here's 100 beavers and some of them have cigarettes and some of them have, you know, a funny hat and some of them have this, but we're missing so much. Like, how do you take abstract art? If you want to see something abstract, there's only a couple things you can filter them by, which is going to be like color palette and artist and the fact that it's abstract. So metadata isn't everything. It's definitely important. We need to all be on a standard that we can all understand, because that was a big thing that before XLS24 came out that I kept stressing about. I kept tweeting about it. It's like, I'm not that great of a developer. I'm still learning. And I'm already having issues trying to scrape everything from the way we're doing it now with just a simple token. All I have is the token name. And I just kept picturing what happens when we have, because right now there's 10 planned marketplaces. So as a developer, the simple app that I want to make is just a personal gallery. Like, I want to be able to click on a wallet and see what they have and have it nicely presented as, you know, this is what they've got. This is their cool little gallery. This is what they've worked on to accumulate, and this is what they're showing off. And it would have their Twitter details, make it really pretty. But I can't, because everybody's going to be minting on 10 different marketplaces. They'll be self-minting, and there was no metadata being suggested at the time of a standard that simple old me could go through and, you know, just basically figure out who made it, who owns it, who owned it before, you know, like all of this weird data that only humans care about. So it's the 24 is definitely an important conversation, and I don't think enough important people like Solo and such participated in it. But I think we'll get through it, and it'll be better. But yeah, I wish more people had participated. But Gorilla's been having his hand up here. He's probably falling asleep.
Thanks for that, Chris. Go ahead, Jakes. Go ahead, bro. He's probably stuffing his face with a
Is he
bean
playing games
taco or
again,
something.
Jakes? Are you playing Junk Tempo in the other Discord, Jakes?
I think all the blood rushed out of his hand and probably passed out.
No, but you guys should really look at what Craig Dewitt did in his project with X songs. It wasn't really towards I don't think it was really towards NFT music, but what they envisioned, because he was one of the Ripple execs. Yeah, he's one of those guys. But he what they envisioned for the music industry at that time, which was around 2019, they were working using federated sidechains and hooks to connect and be able to upload and sell music using the XRPL and stuff.
Thank you for that, 808. I'll definitely check that out, because I haven't heard about his project. So
Yeah, it's not.
yeah,
It's. I
I
don't
think
think
it
it's
would
still
be crucial.
going. I don't think it's still going on, but it's something you should. Yeah, it would be very insightful for you to check out to see what they done and how they went about with whatever they were doing with the music industry.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Gorilla Jakes, are you there, bro?
No, he ain't there. He's fucking Jakes.
He lost. He's stuck on paper, so somebody cut his paper hand. Yeah. Oh, no.
No, he's probably in a Discord somewhere.
He's creating metadata for his question.
No, that's definitely not what he's doing. That is definitely not what our guy is doing. So yeah, that was some deep conversation. Like, is language I definitely don't understand. So I'm glad you guys are pinging ideas and information off of each other. And you know, yeah, this is what it's all about. Because I mean, we have to understand. Well, you guys have to understand as developers. You know, what would be best to serve your project, and the information that's needed should be there, shouldn't be there, and you know, like the payments and royalties and all of that stuff.
Yeah, all your metadata is just what is this thing and how do users categorize and find it. So it'd be all your keywords. So um, so let's take your profile picture as an example. Um, I'm going to jump into something I don't know if you should even do, but the race of the character. So we've got a black NFT, we've got a hoodie, we've got a red background, we've got short hair, we've got female, we've got just all of this data that somebody might go in and search. And I don't know why I thought that question would become weird. Of course, you'd want to be able to do race, right? So, how much information can we give each marketplace about how to sort and serve this uh, thing we're looking at, right? Whether it's music or an image. And without that data, a marketplace can show you all of these things, but it's not going to be in any kind of order. It's not going to know what it is. It would be completely mixed up. So having that standard so that marketplaces don't have to spend countless hours trying to adapt to how everybody thinks the metadata should be sorted means that we can explode a lot quicker into something that users can use, and we can start getting all that ETH money in here. Because if we don't have that standard down day one, our marketplaces are just going to be a complete mess. And it's such a simple thing, the metadata. Like when you go to mint all your work, like if you're a janitor, I can't speak today. I only woke up like half an hour ago, but so you're doing a project that has 10,000 characters. The metadata is actually created by the app that you're using to create those 10,000 from all the attributes you've created. So it's really simple, but that app needs to know what each of those attributes are, why they matter, and where they go. And if we don't all have one standard, it will be a mess.
Yeah, agreed. There will be a whole lot of chaos going on, a lot of broken broken marketplaces because people are trying to move different NFTs around. So yeah, I do see the whole point of having a set standard on each different marketplace. That could help, and then also incorporating other other marketplaces standards and metadata, because yeah, metadata is just information about, like, it's data about the data you just put up. So basically data about, like, maybe an image. Yes, it'll give you all the description, like the background color, um where what color the eyes are, because Tuco's profile pictures, yeah, she has different ones with different eye colors, different hoodies, different, probably even a different hair color. But yeah, for sure, it definitely is different features we need to consider when it comes to you know um objects that are that have bodily features, that those type of things we need to add on to pictures. If it's just like an abstract picture of, like, maybe the sky, but like the sky is like has like swirly clouds and all that, yeah, then it wouldn't have those features included. It would just have maybe the background color, and then maybe the type of clouds it is. All that kind of stuff is going to be a lot. But yeah, we definitely need to just have, like, the basics first underway, so that it can just be loaded easily on any marketplace. Even if they don't have all the metadata, they could just load just the minor things that are set for XLS 24.
I think we'll see a lot of markets just go for basic at first and then worry about the rest later, because they're going to want to launch right away, and they're going to want to have their users and say we're out there, and then they've got lots of time. I mean, the standard will probably change as we go, but we'll adapt, and then we'll learn some tricks. We'll see one marketplace do something really unique, and we'll dig in and see how it was that they took that data and was able to interpret it a different way. The one that's actually kind of fun is thinking about music and how would you use that metadata as a user. And I'm not sure that there's too many sites that can do this right now, but maybe this is where blockchain could come in, where we could add a lot more data than we're used to. But I mean, if I were to go do a workout and I want something that's 120 beats per minute so I can get all hyped up and stuff, I could sort that and then say I want something collaborative between a male and a female because I want that balance while I'm listening to music. I could look up those collaborative pieces and say the certain genre I want, and so that I'm not getting Taylor Swift when I want Tool, and okay, I want Taylor Swift. But there's all of this unique stuff that users have never really had access to in sorting their music and discovering other things. Because if I were to look at I just kind of noticed that all my music is 120 beats per minute. That's what gets me hyped up, and that's what I work out to or jog to or whatever it is I'm doing. And then I get this whole other type of music that I never would have discovered, but because it's that same beats per minute, I get really into it. And I find, I don't just have to listen to, people raging on a microphone. There's all this other unique stuff that's at that same tempo that I can work out to as well. And then find that, no, my mood's being uplifted while I'm working out. The roid rage isn't so high, and there's a lot of cool stuff in metadata that we can use to make user experience better. So just the
Chris,
file
I like
itself,
how you put that, man, down to
yeah,
the
it's,
BP of the beats of the music you listen to, especially how,
man,
to me, music sways you in ways where, a lot don't really understand, especially how the frequencies of the music you listen to, the
exactly,
positive vibe, like reggae, rap, hip hop, you have hardcore music. 'Cause when I used to
man.
box and train, I was listening Down with the Sickness and shit. I'm not gonna go box somebody listening to some reggae beat. You
No,
know what I
no, you'd
mean?
be too slow. But I mean, that's
Yeah.
we're simple creatures, and I don't think our brains are actually tuned to. I'm only a rock person. Well, no, you're probably other
This
things.
is one thing I
It
always said with people is we always have been creatures that was able to be in tune with what's around us. We just block ourselves from understanding those different tunes that we understand as people because it's in our nature to even just feel it, but we always block those senses out. That's just my sorry, bro.
Yeah, I think the older you get and the less you care about what people see you listening to, the more open minded you can get. The music I listen to now, I would not be caught dead in high school listening to, and it's crazy because that music brings me joy. And I don't listen to music very often. It might be like once a week for an hour. Like even when I'm driving, I don't like to listen to music. So if
Bro,
I
some of my
am to
friends
say
trip
that I'm
out
just gonna,
about me, and
what's that?
some of my friends trip out about me, especially some of my new ones, that find out what kind of music I listen to. 'Cause I listen to all kind from, island music, reggae, rap, R&B, old school
Exactly.
to like the Manhattans, to opera. I listen to opera music, all kind music that
That
I listen
when
to.
I got into like operas and instrumentals and stuff like that, it was funny because I think it was what is it, Columbia House. I started kind of blindly ordering shit off of there, and the one that really got me into like these big symphonies and stuff, I was ordering like music soundtracks to movies without even thinking what kind of music was in those movies, and then all of a sudden I was getting all these symphonies and stuff to really good movies, but it never stopped to think about what music was actually in that movie. And it's something that I always kind of keep because there's always that mood that I'm not going to listen to Tool every day because that's not what I'm in the mood for. I might be in the car and having a good time, and I might load up Miley Cyrus. Like I don't give a fuck. Like who cares? I'm rolling down the windows, opening the sunroof, and if buddy beside me who's 300 pounds of muscle heading to the drilling rig sees me listening to Miley Cyrus, well, guess what? When I get there, I'm your consultant, so fuck off. Like I'm going to listen to what I want. But the metadata, I mean, I think will help people explore new music they've never thought of, and that's great for the artist because if you're an artist that's in like this small niche and you know who your community is, I don't think we have those borders anymore. I mean, I think back in the day, thinking of Office Space, I don't remember the actor's name, but that nerdy white guy. It's like the opening scene where he's listening to some rap, and I don't think we have that problem anymore, where you can't be a white guy is sitting in traffic listening to rap anymore, and the metadata will definitely open us up to more things,
That
and I think
stigma, yeah,
yeah,
that
exactly.
stigma around that. That's what music. That's what I tell a lot of people, man. Like music, it doesn't know no boundaries. It reaches across all different platforms, all different backgrounds. From people would trip out on. There's high class people that listen to some fucked up music. You know what I mean? Like crazy shit like that. Like there's one guy that I never thought that he listened to the stuff he listens to because of his, I don't like to judge people, which I don't, but at that time I was very stereotypical of this guy because how he dressed and how he spoke, which not really getting to know him until I actually got to know him. And I was like, this motherfucker, you need to come out that closet
Man,
more,
I
bro.
don't think the artist
You
really
know what I
cares how
mean?
you. Yeah, I don't think the artist cares how you connect to their music, just that you connect to it, right? So, one example, I'm walking down the hallway at work all the time. My boss, just comes out and starts giving me shit constantly about something stupid and blah blah blah. And there's a song that I connect to about some guy walking down the streets, and all the problems he faces just trying to stay straight, and all of this stuff. And I connect to this song, right? That has nothing to do with what the artist is saying, but the message is, I'm drawing parallels between my weird world and his weird world. And I don't think that artist cares. I mean, somebody's listening to his music and connecting to it in a way that's not the way maybe he intended or envisioned or is the message of the song, but who cares? Like, that guy's connecting to it, and in the long run, he probably got paid some way of you connecting with it, and you've supported him some way, and it's bigger than the song that they intended, and it's great. I mean, I can't, thinking back to like what the music my dad would have listened to. It was growing up, it was the same 20 songs every day, and it's no wonder he was an angry drunk. Like, that's all the songs he listened to was people being angry drunks, right? Like, if music could have maybe saved his life. Like, but yeah, the metadata is a lot more simple than the words we're using. If you look at one, it's straight up. What is this music? Like, it's just a text file. It's super simple. We just need to sort it right so that we can all find out that we actually do like Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, so that would, I think the best way to do that, instead of having so many different attributes, we could have like maybe hashtag section, or like for keywords that you could search for different NFTs. So like, yeah, an attribute that has like just keywords that you would like to add to your NFT metadata, instead of just like all this kind of stuff. And then like, I think the only way for it to for you to be able to you know be able to get different kinds of music or suggestions is, yeah, of course, through machine learning. So some kind of machine learning would have to be incorporated onto a music platform for that to work. So it will find like different NFTs that you might like, and then suggest it to you whilst you streaming on the platform. So yeah, it is pretty intense that, like, yeah, music does hit us in ways we don't know, and we can't really express. So, you know maybe the metadata, yeah, can help us in some way to express those kind of feelings and find songs that help us feel those ways as well, to keep continuing that momentum in the way you're feeling in that moment. So I now feel like, yeah, as soon as because what I heard now is that you could test out XLS20 now on the test net. I think it's the DevNet or the test net. And I think I'm gonna play around and see how to actually store the metadata. Maybe I should have some on our side, on our database, and then just have the basic information on on the actual NFT. So I'll definitely play around and see what I can come up with, and then from there, of course, I think I need to have like some metadata that's on our side, on our servers, so that we can, do the machine learning, so we can find like NFTs that other people have minted that we have in our music store. Because our music store, we planning on having it completely different to a marketplace where you won't be bidding for price, rather like on it, we will consider it like, owning like a CD or vinyl. Like a vinyl, the price doesn't go up. You just have a fixed price for it, like until it gets sold out, and then yes, it's a collectible. Then after that, after it gets sold out, then you can move it around the marketplaces. People who own it at that time, and people who bought it early enough on the music store, will be able to then flip it in marketplaces and move it to different marketplaces, rather than us having people bid on it. Yeah, we want to have a fixed price. So maybe someone would be able to mint, or want to mint half and on our platform, and then like own the other half, so they could move it to a marketplace, and then bid it for whatever prices they want. And then yeah, that's basically my approach, and how I am moving with regards to a music store. And yeah, I'll definitely uh just let people know how I go about it, with regards to the metadata, because I do feel like, yeah, we have to have that standard. But yeah, the basics just need to be put down first.
Yeah, my question was kind of on that that path. Whereas, as a consumer and purchasing an album, like, do you would you encourage? So, if I bought the album for, let's say, $5, like after that album's minted, like, would you encourage the floor? Like, would you encourage the floor price to be risen from $5 to maybe $10? So everyone who purchased on album release will at least, make some some kind of money on their investment. Whereas, other marketplaces, it's like you bought it for $5, but I'm selling it for five, two co selling it for 200. There's no rhyme or reason, and we both bought the same album, but
Okay. Thanks for that question, Gorilla. So like I said, we will be having like a music store. So it would the floor price. There's not the floor price is going to be set, of course, by the person who mints it first, the one who uploads the NFT and tokenizes it. They'll set the price. It would sorry, it would be a fixed price at first, so they could decide if they maybe say they wanna have like 1,000 of this song or an album, right? They could decide like if they wanna move, maybe they want like maybe half of those albums on our platform, and then they want just the other half to be with them. So then on our platform, we would have a fixed price for for that NFT, and then once that's sold out, yes, those people who own the NFT will be able to set like change the prices. So we won't be able to control that if they decide to change the floor price on the sologenic decks. Maybe if you think it's worth maybe 200 XRP for this album, you can put that on a marketplace, because we not focused on the marketplace aspect of things. We focus more on just people being able to have that traditional music store feeling, where you could go in, listen to a song, and decide if you want to purchase that album or not. So we want to have that kind of feeling and bring that back when someone enters our music store. Instead of having like a huge high price for a song, we just want to have it fixed so that, like, just like when an artist sells the album, they sell it for a certain price. And once it becomes more of a collectible or like a vintage song, um, they the people who own them then can sell it for whatever price they want to sell it for. So it's all in the eyes of the the people who own it at the end of the day. So you can't really change that. I hope I answered your question though.
Somewhat. I mean, that's the reason I asked is because that's what I'm going through right now with with that Tory Lanez album. I don't know if you heard about it.
Well, yeah, I think I did hear about it where he the people who own bought the NFTs. They probably just, it was a fixed price I think in the beginning, and then like a lot of it sold out. So now the people who own it can now flip it. So I think that's basically the similar approach we're doing. So it will be a fixed price, and then like the people who own it after that, maybe the song is not that valuable at first, so like it will probably have stay the same price, or maybe it might go down a bit, but then in future as time goes by, maybe people start listening to it a bit more on the streaming platform side, and they want to buy the NFT now. They might see that maybe it's sold out in the music store, but now they have to go to a marketplace and be able to buy it out there. So just like a garage sale, like you go to a garage sale and you find like a vintage album, you'll ask them like, how much is this? And they'll give you a price, and you're like, damn, okay, um, it should be a bit less or a bit more, but I'll take it. You know, you got to settle and set a floor price before you buy something. So that's how we approaching it. I do see that uh that's how things are gonna happen, where people buy buy the NFTs and then flip it on the marketplace. They buy it from our music store and then flip it somewhere else.
Yeah, like his it was it's only 1 million copies. Like he went platinum off of it. You know, I mean it only cost me $1, so it's not like you know I put in a huge amount of money or anything like that. That's not the case. But I guess I think it would have been even more successful.
We could barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. And cut me off. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I think I think it would have done more had it been a bigger artist, you know. But just curious, what you're doing with your platform, and just. But if you're not so much for the secondary market. That's cool.
Yeah, we not for the secondary market. We more for like the basically the initial phase where you'll be able to buy it at a fixed price, and then be able to flip it however you want to. Just like I keep mentioning, like a CD or vinyl or even a cassette, you could buy those initially at a fixed price at a music store. Then until time goes by, yes, you can decide to sell it based on the value, and based on like maybe if the album, like say, like for example, Michael Jackson Thriller album, it probably in the beginning maybe it wasn't selling as much, and then of course it did, but like as an example, it doesn't sell as much at first, and then like as time goes by, because it has hit songs on there, people now want to buy the album, but like there's no more physical copies, or there's no more NFTs anymore. So you'll be able to now flip that money, because now there's a high demand on it. Because yeah, music appreciates. I feel like it appreciates as time goes by. So
Yeah,
why
definitely over time and stuff.
Yeah.
So you're not going to provide a marketplace at all, like a secondary marketplace at all.
In future, it could be something we add on, but yeah, we've mainly focused on the music
Uh,
store and
okay,
a streaming platform. At that's our initial
okay.
thing, but yeah, we could expand on that as time goes by if there is a high demand on of it for it. So yeah, we could consider that. Thanks for that, Gorilla Jakes.
No doubt, no doubt. I got it. Um, yeah, because I also think too, like with his album, it's just on that platform. So I think that's another crutch. Like I think it would resell for even more if you can like move it to like ETH or OpenSea or whatever the case may be.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. I don't know what you're doing, but can't hear you.
Yeah, it could possibly, yeah, it could have possibly done better. So it's only on that one platform, and
Yeah, it's on the
he's not
platform that he
using it at
released
all.
it on. Yeah, it's on the platform he released it on. So like you can't move it to OpenSea or whatever, like you know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big crutch right there because not enough. I mean, if you know about it, you know about it, but you know, everybody doesn't know about that particular marketplace, or that platform.
Yeah, yeah, I see. So like he could have definitely allowed it for to be like sold on like an open sea. But the way that would happen is, yeah, it raises some questions for me on how they would, if they would categorize each NFT, like say the album, right? And each owner had like different people have that album and they putting it on like open sea now, after buying it. Would it be categorized based on the person who created the NFT, the creator of the NFT, and the collection, basically, or would it be categorized just by the person who's selling it and just puts a name of the NFT on there? That's something that
I don't know.
I
Good
don't have.
question.
So like I'll 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 be asking about, hopefully if the I hope the call that's happening right now doesn't end, so I could kind of raise that question, or I could just message one of the guys up there and ask them this question if they could answer it, and I could check out the recording afterwards. Because I do think they're gonna have a recording of the show, so I wanna check that out. But yeah, it is interesting. NFTs is like the tokenization of music is such a, it has a broad aspect to it. It is big, and yeah, I do think that, yeah, there's so much potential here that, yeah, we could do quite a lot. Quite a lot could be on its way, and we are gonna see a whole lot of artists benefiting and yeah, getting rewarded fairly for their work due to this, because now they can create value for their work instead of having someone else create the value for them and set a certain price for their work um the whole time. So yes, that's the whole intention of the streaming platform, is to incentivize artists based on the streams, people listening to it. So with web monetization, the rates are fairly higher than major streaming platforms, because you getting paid per second. I keep forgetting the rates, but you if you have Coil, you could you spend $5 basically a month with web monetization with Coil. So an artist, if you're listening to an artist, you could be paying them at a rate, and as time goes by, because it is using your $5. So as time goes by, the rates keep going down and down. So, but with that, if you do have a lot of fans, it wouldn't be an issue. So in the beginning, of course, in the beginning of the month, someone could be getting a whole lot of money, and then it slowly, gradually starts fading. If the person keeps constantly using the platform, so until the $5 is diminished until the end of the month, then yeah, the threshold of the payments and the streams goes down. So it is fairly higher than streaming platforms. Like I said, it is a better way to pay out artists because they are going to be earning 100% of their royalties because you need a payment pointer, and that payment pointer is linked to one person only. So I can't be taking a piece of that, a chunk of that money, and keeping it to myself, or for the platform. It goes directly to the artist.
All right. Anybody else want to add to this conversation? I feel like there's a lot of talking, and I feel like we need a music break.
Hey, I just got back. I got the million idea for you, Kamikaze. The $1 million idea. You ready?
Hey,
Okay.
Go for it. Go for it.
Sonar Muse, the first cross-chain music platform. Why not go with the VChain and HBAR as well, and XRP?
Yeah, that's our end goal. We want to be able to allow like other projects on different blockchains to uh get linked and interoperate with us, so that all the music on other platforms, if they want to move it to the XRPL, they could move it to the XRPL, so they could benefit from web monetization in terms of the streaming platform, as well as with the NFTs. If they do that migration, yes, the a migration tool would need to be developed for that, and then they would be able to migrate to the XRPL with some of the NFTs, and yeah, that is one of the best things that we hope to see, that like all these platforms are linked so that a user can be able to still own one NFT and be able to listen to it on all these different platforms without having to buy it again. So that's one aspect of NFTs I'm excited about, that if they own it, they won't be able they will be able to they'll be able to like listen to it whenever they want, even if they deactivate their account. They'll even though they deactivate the account, they'll be able to still listen to that NFT on a different platform, and if they want to reactivate an account again, they will still be able to listen to it again. So it's all about the ownership of that token, and if you have the listening rights to it.
Nice. Yeah, sounds awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. You're doing awesome.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey, Too Cold. I know you enjoying the vibes on the Discord, yeah. But yeah, let's jam some music. I do feel like, yeah, we need a music break as well.
All right, yeah, sounds good. You want to roll, Lemmy? You want to roll into the introduction of the exclusive track of the week?
yeah, well, I got time to talk. I'll go ahead and throw it in there. So this one is called Pistol Star. Um, I was doing some reading or whatever, and you know how they say you know how somebody would say refer to shooting stars and shit like that. So I was reading a book and I came across there's a pistol star out there in our universe, and I said, shit, I want to make a song about that. That shit sound hard. Pistol star. I So I just wanted to tap into that realm, being that I like studying about the constellation and stars and the universe and things like that. Just I just elaborating on how you a shooting star, but I'm the pistol. So I might have shot you out of a gun. I'm the one holding I feel like I'm the one holding the heavy artillery. You know what I'm saying? And shooting the stars because I got the pistol. I'm the pistol star. So my verse. I went left field with my verse. I was making this song around the time that Ghana went to the World Cup, and Ghana's soccer team is called the Black Stars. So you know what I'm saying? I made like a whole verse dedicated to them and they squad, that whole squad that went to the that got them a World Cup qualification. And, I threw it to Kamikaze, and he did his thing too. I haven't really heard this song since, so it'll be refreshing, kind of hearing it. But that's what I was gathering when I was making the song. That's the concept for the track. So it's not a crypto song. I know it got ties with crypto. All of my songs will have ties with crypto, even if it's not a song about crypto, solely about crypto. But I always be referring to my money, cryptocurrency from now on. So yeah, that's Pistol Star for you.
Yeah, so for me, um, my verse is more crypto based. Yeah, I'm talking about XRP because yeah, I love what the XRP ledger and what Ripple's doing. So I was speaking about what's to come. We definitely gonna be shooting to the moon. So that's my depiction of a pistol star is like, yeah, aiming for the stars. We're gonna go up. And if you're not on the bandwagon, if you don't have your bags packed, you're gonna miss the train. And basically the train has already left the station, just like Rosie Rios keeps saying. Um so we're on our way. But yeah, the train has left the station. Is one of those weird transformer trains that starts going to the moon. So yeah, we're on our way. And yeah, that's my that was my take when I um heard the hook by Lemmy, you know. And yeah, I took it from there and decided, yeah, we're aiming for the moon. So I hope you guys are ready.
All right, here we go with the exclusive track. Pistol Star by our bros Lemmy and Kamikaze.
I'ma shoot a star like a pistol. If you XRP, what's your issue? They said we was too cold, here's some tissue. We going past the moon and we won't miss you. They some shooting stars, I'm the pistol. They a work of art, I'm the pixel. They said we was too cold, I ain't this you. If it's a publicity stunt, then we'll dismiss you.
Hey, guess who's back? The one who put the game on his back. Saved the world after he made a stack. Called up Lemmy just to make a track, but the train left the station. Now me and homie are on a spaceship. Three other XRPL music sensation. For your information, we ain't faking. We been taking luminous bags as the ISO. ODL taking us higher, so we're headed to the Milky Way. I don't really care what people say. Money greener than a crystal jade. Digitized so the trees are always safe. My bags are secure, but that's not the case. XRP ain't a security indicates we aim further than the moon. Might see the case ain't real soon. If you ain't ready, then you were doomed. If you ain't ready, then you were doomed. We're headed to space without gas fees. These tokens will never surpass me. I'm spaced out, you can't catch me. All you can do is try and match me because
I'm a shooting star like a pistol. If you XRP, what's your issue? They said we was too cold, here's some tissue. We going past the moon and we won't miss you. They some shooting stars, I'm the pistol. They a work of art, I'm the pixel. They said we was too cold, I ain't this you. If it's a publicity stunt, then we'll dismiss you. Thomas African party, on the bad line with a Marte. XRP2, keep my homie kudos, making sure I get my kudos. Black stars coming out of Ghana. Pistol star busting like llamas. A Betty Pele got his IUs. Up in the G and in the bayou. Up the flank, it's a hey cool tie you. Then it's old door kicking them spirals. We didn't do well in the AFCON. Melivan, Rayovac, we had to fire you. Up to old door, we really admire you. Can't wait for Qatar, Jojo Alakai. Yes, he's a very good goalie. Jamaica, you gotta take notes, please. You got Baba, Mensa, Jiku, Bukari, Edu, Owusu, Kayere, Yaboa, Ofori, Kamehene, Atizigi, Atueje. Yeah, we ready. Maji Ashimeru, I hope to see you in the team. Pistol star, gonna hope that we bleed. I'm a shooting star like a pistol. If you XRP, what's your issue? They said we was too cold, here's some tissue. We going past the moon and we won't miss you.
All right. There is the exclusive track of the from our bros Lemmy and Kamikaze. Pistol Star. Pistol Star.
Yeah, you know how it is. So yeah, that's the song for the week. We were in our bag, aiming for the stars. So yeah, it was produced by me. I was just coming up with anime type vibe for me. Um and I sent it through to Lemmy, and he came up with this, and I was actually impressed that he came up with such a vibe for the beat. It was still chilled. It came out great. So yeah, I always appreciate the way Lemmy comes up with his ideas, and the way I can just hop on and catch whatever he throws at me. So yeah, much appreciated, man.
For sure,
I don't think. Oh, there you go.
for sure, for sure. What you did you was you asking a question too, Carl? I don't think I heard what you said. I heard what Kamikaze said though.
No, I didn't say nothing. I was gonna say I didn't think you could talk because you were taking a minute to respond.
Oh yeah. Nah, this song hard. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's all good, man. We making good music. Um, Pistol Star, man. Shit, it's creative. It's hot. We walking the walk, talking the talk, leaving them dead. Outline chalk. You dig?
You know it. The vibes are always there, man. Catching that triangular trap wave, catching that tsunami. But yeah, man. It's always awesome to always work on something new. But I want to find out, like, when is the World Cup? When is it happening? Because I don't keep up to date with sports. So like, when is this World Cup happening?
It's in November.
Oh, it's that far? I thought it was actually gonna happen like sometime now, like June, July.
It usually happen in the
But
summer,
that's
but
super far.
it usually happen in the summer, but I think due to COVID they pushed it back. And no, not due to COVID. The place where it's happening at is in Qatar, and in the summertime it's very hot. That's like the desert, so they gotta have that shit in like a cooler time in like November. So they made that exception because all these athletes they mandated to take the vaccine. You don't want them falling out on the hot damn sun. But that's for another day. That's one another day. Let me not talk. Let me not go too hard.
But it's facts. But it's facts, yo.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
these people are gonna end up having that kind of situation. Like, what happened in the? I think it was in the UK where there were runners, or was it in the States where there were runners and they passed out due to running. I think they were saying it's the climate or it's the way like the climate is affecting things. But
Hmm.
I do feel it's something else though. But yeah, we'll see. We better be really cautious about that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm skeptical. Don't you think like a colder climate would kind of cause people to get ill, to fall ill? Yeah, but of course,
Uh,
yeah, Qatar is probably colder, a bit hot, so it won't be too cold there. Yeah,
yeah. I don't think it's gonna be too cold, and they're gonna be moving. It's soccer, so shit. They'll warm up. They'll warm up to what's going on. I don't think it's not gonna be snowing. It might be a little breezy because the desert still can get breezy and things like that. But I think them folks plan it that way. So shit, I'm not really familiar with that with the weather, and as time goes on, I drift away from sports. Sports is like a little bit more symbolic. I'm more about the symbolic aspect and certain players. So I'm with you. I don't. The more that time goes on, I drift away from sports. But this is my way of I guess expressing myself until that time
yeah,
comes where I'm done.
yeah. I want to ask, like, yo, wouldn't it be awesome to have like a World Cup theme song? I wonder what the theme song for this World Cup is gonna be. Um, because like, yeah, this time I think they're using Algorand for the World Cup. They're gonna be using it for payments or
Yeah,
something. If I'm
Algorand
not
is gonna be
mistaken.
like Algorand is gonna be a sponsor, and they do have a World Cup song. I think they got Davido. It's a whole bunch of international artists. Davido, I think Burna Boy, and some international artists have been coined to do the official World Cup track. They always what is that? They always have a theme song. Always have a theme song. Hmm.
So
So
it's
yeah, it's
out
all good.
already.
Yeah, I think it's out.
Yeah, I gotta check it out because yeah, it would be awesome. Even to have like a kind of tokenization of that song and people own it so that it has value. Just like how these trading cards for different soccer players or different players in different sports are
Hmm.
having some type of collection
Yeah.
for like songs for the World
What's
Cup
going on?
would be awesome.
Cool,
You
cool.
know.
Oh, my bad,
So
Doug. My
so
bad.
I
You
see
keep
that
talking. I didn't mean
happening.
to cut you off.
No, no, I was done. I was like, I hope to see that happen where there's like a collection of like World Cup songs and like people who own the certain songs, or like even if someone owns a whole collection, like it becomes valuable as time goes because there are those sports players cards that are collectibles and they become rare. So as time goes with the World Cups, I feel like that should be something else. It should be something that would be um it should be included, and it would benefit a lot of those artists who make like these theme songs or main songs for the World Cup, even the ones who make like ads, those kind of things. I feel like they should be considered like a collectible, an asset that people could collect during the World Cup.
I caught a piece of what you were saying. I didn't catch everything, bro, but I know that with them being a sponsor, it's just gonna further the agenda. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep pushing that stuff out of people's face. I think it's more of like a face value thing, like because a lot of this stuff is new to the masses. So as they keep seeing it, it's just gonna keep gradually growing on folks. Because it's a whole wave to this thing, man. You gotta learn. You gotta learn how to get your address. You gotta learn how to trade, put things on your ledger, your wallet. So just getting people familiar with what's going on. It's gonna be like feeding a baby. It's gonna be like raising a child, bro. So right now, like my pops always told me, somebody told me like the amount of years that you're doing something. Like I'm 3 years in the crypto, so I feel like I'm 3 years old with it. You know what I'm saying? until I get to the age that I am now with it, then I won't consider myself a vet. So you dig what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm responding to your comment the way that I should be because I kind of heard it and kind of didn't, but that's how I see it going into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, it does lead to another question. Yeah, about it. Yeah, where they, I do see a whole lot of people pushing into it, and yeah, this is their way of pushing the agenda for people to get used to crypto. What was my question? I did have a question about like what you were saying, and like it just randomly just went away. Done. But yeah, Algorand. Do you think that at some point, yeah, they will be accepting payments for that, for the betting and stuff of the crypto World Cup?
Ooh, that's a lit question, bro. I don't know, bro, because there ain't no regulations on it. I don't know. I really don't. But
Who you guys got your money on this World Cup?
shit,
I'm
the
always
way
trying to vote for an African team, but like they never truly make it to like past the quarterfinals.
I I got a I got a dark horse. I got a dark horse and I got a winner. Um, Ghana's my dark horse, and then shit, man, France look like they gonna win it again. Who you
Yeah,
got?
that's pretty good. France is looking pretty good, but yeah,
Yeah,
Ghana's good too, man. Ghana are good.
yeah, but like Kamikaze said, Africa team never won it. You know what I'm saying? So it gotta be a dark. I gotta label them as a dark horse. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see them pull it off.
Hey,
Who
anything's
you got
possible.
tonight, Lemmy?
Who playing tonight? You talking about the Warriors? You talking about the
Nah,
Warriors in Dallas? Or New
yeah,
York?
I'm talking about New York. You know what
Come
I'm
on,
talking
man.
about.
Come on, man. That's one of the only New York teams I'm rocking with right now. You know that. You got to. They got to win that game, bro. It's going. What is that? That's in Carolina too, right?
Is this basketball?
Hey,
I'm
y'all.
assuming it is.
I'm gonna get back with y'all. I gotta step away
No,
real
no,
quick.
no, no, no. Where you going? I just got here. Where you going?
I gotta step away real quick, bro.
What's up, motherfucker?
You're late
Yo,
as
What up?
usual.
What up, boy?
Hey, X.
Ooh, Hells came on the mic for you. She didn't even come on the mic for me.
No, Hales fell asleep.
Hells came on the mic and said, "Hey, X."
Hey, what was y'all talking about? What we talking about today? Mumble rap, stripper fight music. What we talking about?
hey,
Hip
we
hop
talking about
parody.
tokenization of music. So yeah, you could be about how it would be dope to have your Stripify music as an NFT though. Like how would that feel for you to be able to like maybe flip that music for a different price, you know?
Oh yeah, that'd be lovely if I could own some of Lil Kim's catalog or some shit like that. I would love that.
Yeah, that would be fire. You would be able to play that, and it would be cool even like if a strip club owns like tokenized music, so they could like have a playlist of those songs and like play it. play it every night so that like maybe the artist benefits somehow, or even like maybe people in the strip club be like, damn, this song was dope, like it reminds me of that night where I was out and Trixie was dancing for me, and damn, yeah, I want to buy this NFT now because it reminds me of Trixie, and yeah, yeah, it creates value because of all these things, because yeah, music can be, it could be placed with a memory, a certain memory. You could link it to a memory, and we all do that. Like when we hear a song from the past, we think of certain moments we heard it, where we heard it. We're like, yeah, I heard this Michael Jackson song when I was with my dad, while I was with my moms. They were probably driving us to a picnic, and yeah, this song is in my head now. That's the kind of memories you associate the song with, and yeah, that's what creates value for music. That's why I consider it more than just music. It's its own asset class. It's an alternative asset class, and it should be put in the same category as like your precious metals and you know um all your other commodities, because yeah, they do they do appreciate with time, because you do create memories with music. Does does give you certain emotions that you can't even express as a person, but you the music just does it for you. So yeah, man, like that's what I love. Yeah, imagine that for real. Like having music tokenized like that, you'll be able to just buy music and associate it with certain parts of your life.
Yeah, yeah, I could feel that. I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, because one of the things that I like about the NFTs and music is, like I said, like as long as somebody has an album and they cap it where they say, okay, my NFT is only going to be 10,000 copies or something like that, and the only way you can kind of like the Wu Tang thing, like when they had their album, when they was selling their album and old boy bought it. Like if you could have an NFT where there's only 10, NFTs that you can buy, and you're the only one that could listen to it, it's pretty much your ownership. So you could, sell it to a radio station for a higher value, or do shit like that. I like that whole aspect.
Yeah, exactly. That's a beautiful thing about like what NFTs are gonna bring to the table. Cause yeah, once it I do feel like yeah, with NFT there should be a cap for them, because like having too much of an NFT of course won't create as much value, unless like they get burnt at some point, if someone does something to redeem maybe a physical copy of the actual song. Then yeah, it getting burnt and people owning the physicals could create more value for the digital versions. So yeah, that kind of thing could pop up in future though. And I am looking forward to the, the potentials of NFTs, but I do hope that not many people or artists mint more than like I do feel like yeah, having a million, yeah, could be cool, but like having that many is gonna be too much, because I feel like you can go platinum in different ways now than just the physical sales or selling of your music. Rather, streaming as well could help you get to those accolades. So yeah, if an artist is aiming for those, then yeah, I do feel like having someone mint a lot could decrease the value of your work. But having a rare amount, and if it does spark a whole lot of interest to people, then yeah, the prices could go up. But yeah, the stripper fighter music is one thing I'm I'm curious about. Like that kind of thing is it definitely could blow up with the kids though. The kids could be like feeling that kind of thing where they vibe with their favorite artist, and they own the song, and now like yeah, they keep trading it at school and stuff like that. And I do see that thing kind of happening where like the in songs are always going to be the ones that start having a higher value as time goes. So
Hey,
yeah, all the hit songs are going to be the ones that start you know blowing up and increasing in value.
hey, Kamikaze. I don't know if you know about the porn star. Her name is Pinky Triple X, but she had a fire ass mixtape that was out. Like to me, she put stripper fight music on the map way before Cardi B was even thought of. Uh, Pinky was putting it down for the strippers slash porn stars, and my whole thing is, if you make gangster music, then I want you going around killing people. Like I don't want you to be like a studio gangster. I want the real deal. So if you make stripper fight music, then I want you to have some kind of background in stripping or in the sex industry or something. So I know that shit is authentic. You feel me?
Yeah, you always got to stay true to who you are and what you're saying in your music, because just being a studio gangster or a studio hoe, if I can say that, um,
Yeah,
being that kind of
that,
thing,
that's what Nicki Minaj is. Nicki Minaj not even with the business like that. Like she say she with the business, but she ain't.
Yeah, so like creating that kind of thing as an artist, like a false image. Yeah, it could ruin your reputation, but if you can hide it really well, then I guess go for it. But I do feel like yeah, you got to stay true to yourself as an artist and not sway away from just trying to get the attention, the attention you want. And yeah, I guess most artists are actors, so music is some type of entertainment. Yeah, so there are some actors in it, and there are some real people. But yeah, you gotta search and see who's real and who isn't.
Yeah, because I feel like okay, like the with NFTs with technology, it's kind of watering down the game as far as anybody can be an artist now, but there's still true artists out there, and it's sometimes kind of hard to find. But at this point, a lot of artists, they're just as long as they're authentic, they're telling their life story over a beat, and they're just making that shit rhyme, which is cool. But it's like one of those things where some people aren't really talented, they just know how to ride the beat and make words rhyme and get a fire ass beat. And then you got artists where they're actually trying to move forward with either what they're saying or how they're using music and manipulating their voice and different shit like that. So I feel like the NFT game is going kind of it's going to get watered down with all of these people that's making music, but the real artists, people are still going to want that, and then it's going to be even more rare to find people that actually have talent. So if those people start to create their NFTs and make a kind of cap their supply and make it one of those things where it really is like for real art. Like there's only a certain amount that'll ever be made, and if you don't have it, you don't have it.
Yeah, and that's a way to also prevent a whole lot of piracy, because now the NFT is only linked to one creator. So you'll be able to check if the song is legit or not by who the owner or who the creator of that NFT is. And then like you can see from there, like, okay, this is the fake, this isn't a real one. You just pirated this version, and you just got a pirated version of the song. So it could not work in some marketplaces, it could work in a few, but like yeah, those are some precautionary measures that I'm trying to go through and prevent. from happening. So as time goes, we will be researching and doing reviews, especially when it comes to music being uploaded on our platform, so that we ensure that a lot of artists are safe and their music isn't being, infringed, their music rights aren't being infringed upon when, someone decides to, copy their work, depending on the license they use and the Creative Commons as well. That's one thing that many people don't really speak about as much. Some artists can change the Creative Commons of their work so that, like, you know maybe they could allow people to remix their work, but when you remix their work, you're supposed to pay them a fee. They should get either recognized or credited in some way, or they could just give away all the rights and allow you to, do your thing. So yeah, there's those kind of things that people don't really focus on. But yeah, it is a vast market, and it's still new. It definitely is new, especially with the music industry. NFTs is new, and there's so much potential because yeah, an artist could sell their master instead, like, the whole master to a record label, so that they could, um, be able to um profit from it in some way or another, or even to a radio station. They could maybe lease that NFT, the master, so that they could earn something. There's those kind of things. That's the fractional part of NFTs that I'm also interested in. you know Fractional ownership. But I feel like fractional ownership should be something that uh should be part of, like, the masters of an NFT, owning the masters rather than just the the music rights. And yeah, I feel like fractional ownership of the masters would be something cool, so that, like, maybe when a song does blow up, even if you have, like, maybe 5% of the song master, it does increase in value, though. It's just like owning owning a stock in a company, but it's for a song. So yeah, um that's why I do feel like music is its own asset class, and it's not a deflationary asset or a depreciative asset. So it more appreciates as time goes by, based on the value and what it brings to the table, and how it relates to people. So it is something wild that we're going to see grow as time goes. And yeah, like I said, there's so much potential.
Hey,
Definitely so much
hey,
potential.
hey, Kamikaze, did you hear about Dame Dash was trying to sell his I guess Dame, Jay-Z and Biggs had like a 33 split on Reasonable Doubt, and Dame was trying to sell his portion of the Reasonable Doubt, and he was trying to make it into an NFT, and Jay-Z blocked him, and he had like a I think they going through a lawsuit right now. They trying to work shit out. But yeah, Dame was trying to really like make a splash and sell his portion of Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that before. I'll definitely start reading on that. But yeah, it's oh man, that's a crazy thing to think about. Especially as someone who owns the rights, or some of the rights to the masters. It is crazy that you can't really sell it. The only way I feel like it would have been possible is if it was tokenized already. If it was a tokenized asset, then I think, yeah, it would have been an easier way, because Dam could do anything with it, and it's somewhere on a blockchain, whatever blockchain he was thinking of. Yeah, he could be able to do it. But yeah, if it's not tokenized as yet, because I feel like the problem is maybe Dame would have profited way more and printed out way more than he owns. So those are the kind of things need to look out for. That's why it's best to just tokenize and then split it accordingly to the owners. So like tokenizing the music industry as a whole would be something I'm looking forward to and looking forward to seeing in future uh, in different blockchains, and hopefully we can like all interoperate so that we could um, buy NFTs on probably the HBAR network or even the Stellar network or anywhere else, like different blockchains, so that like we can, move them around and create value with songs, So yeah, with the Dame Dash thing, I'm definitely gonna check it out and see why they actually getting sued, why he's actually getting sued, and why he can't tokenize the masters or the rights he has.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo, X, yo.
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, I wanted to ask X, being that I know you from Brazil and everything. Like, what's your favorite track on Reasonable Doubt?
Any other songs that was
Any what?
22 twos.
shit? I don't know that. But what's the one?
I know
No,
you
no,
don't
no, no,
know
no.
that
I know,
album.
I know, I know, I know, I know. It's my favorite song. It's the one where he sampled Nas' voice. I'm out to represent me. Get money. Yeah, that one.
Oh,
Uh,
dead presidents.
all right, I'll give you that. All right, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Only the shit that was on the radio. Any other shit,
Yeah,
hey, hey,
yeah.
at that time we was on some West Coast East Coast beef, so I was riding with Dog Pound, Snoop, Tupac, Sugar Free, who else? Who
I,
else? Too Short.
I got you. I got you.
We was on some fuck East Coast shit at that point.
I got you.
You remember that one track, New York, New York?
Hell yeah. Yeah, when we smashed on the buildings and shit, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I, I'm with you though, Red Eye 22 Tunes. That's my favorite joint on the album.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to listen to that type of shit. When no Biggie, no Jay-Z, no Nas, you get packed out in LA if you was listening to that shit.
But yeah, smart contracts is going to play a big role with the music NFTs, especially for like instrumentals, because
What's one
currently
album you would be willing to buy as an NFT if it ever goes on?
That Michael Jackson Thriller album, like you said, bro.
Why would you buy Michael Jackson? You should buy Chris Brown first shit. Like buy like a real artist that know how to do backflips and shit.
Go get him. Go get him. Too cold.
What?
Go ahead. Repeat yourself, X.
Jake's talking about buying a Michael Jackson album. That's like buying like a Rick James album or something like that. Like buy like a real artist like Chris Brown or some shit or Trey Songz or some shit like that.
Go get him. Too cold.
Yeah, Michael Jackson we know is number one. Chris Brown heavily influenced by Michael Jackson. So Chris Brown, he's a dope artist.
I,
I won't deny that, but he ain't better than Michael Jackson. I'm not even listening to you. I got like 5 different calls going on right now, so that's why I'm
What
not even
about
paying
Bobby
you
Brown?
attention.
I want. I want you to take the muzzle off. Too cold.
Kamikaze, you rugging.
No, that's X. Sounding like a banjo.
Wait, sorry. Did you say something, Hales? I didn't hear the question.
Oh, I said, are you rugging? Because your mic thing was going and somebody sounded like a banjo.
No, that was
That was
X.
X-rated.
I would want a Mac Dre album NFT.
Damn, that's fire. That's fire. I I would definitely get a Kanye West NFT or even yeah, a Michael Jackson NFT. I would get Off the Wall though. Off the Wall is a classic. That's a classic album.
Okay, I go off the wall too.
All right,
Yeah.
Jakes, you not going nowhere right here. I'm about to throw you the co-host because I got too much going on over here.
No, don't leave, Tuco. Stay right there. Off the wall.
So yeah,
Go ahead, Red Eye.
smart contract. Okay, okay. So yeah, like the smart contracts, like far as with like instrumentals. So like when you buy an instrumental, you sometimes it's just a lease, and you're only allowed to like do like let's say 500,000 cells, and after that, you're either asked out or they get a cut. But yeah, smart contracts is gonna definitely help out with that part.
Speaking of smart contracts, I was thinking about Flare the other day. Like, why do you need Flare when Flare uses Ethereum virtual machine? Why don't you just use Ethereum?
Well, the thing about that is, yeah, the EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine, anyone can use it. The fees isn't based on Ethereum, so like, you can create fees. I guess Ethereum is just making the fees
Yo,
that
Kamikaze, you
pricey.
rugged now.
Am I rugging? Can you
Yeah,
hear me now?
Yeah, that's because
yeah,
Twitter know he
well,
lying right now.
Nah,
yeah.
nah, nah, nah. Okay,
Yo,
can you hear me
yo,
now?
yeah, I hear you. Low key, X is Ethereum ambassador. True story.
Hey, so like the fees though, the fees aren't set by Ethereum. You can change the fees. So the fees are like Flare and Songbird right now, fees aren't that high for Songbird. But like most of the tokens on the Ethereum network are high for I don't know why they made them so high, but yeah, you can set the fees. So I think with smart contracts, if there ever is, and you you decide to have smart contracts using the ETH network, like Songbird, you can actually decide to make the fees really low and cheap, the gas fees. So um yeah, I'm actually hoping that there is some way to implement smart contracts so that like something that crypto red eye mentioned, selling beats, leasing them, make like selling them as an exclusive even for people to use as a track. I'm hoping that those kind of things do happen, and it's easier for us to keep track of those kind of things. Um, so that yeah, the people who do own the leases and that kind of thing don't profit too much, so that like these I think these blockchains will be smart enough for you to keep track of those things. So maybe once they reach their cap or their threshold, it does end up like stopping it and closing it down for them, so they don't profit. Or once if they do profit, if they do go past that, then it starts going to the owner of that lease, the creator of that lease, so or the creator of that instrumental. Yeah, I do hope that something like that does happen, so that yeah, maybe they both benefit, but the person who bought the lease, the artist who bought the lease, does also profit a bit, but now most of the royalties goes to the creator of the beat, or create off that lease, you know.
Yeah, and then there's also the option of where you could just buy the beat straight up, you know, like if you're leasing the beat, obviously you're gonna sell it for like 25, $50. But if you're like selling it with copyrights and all, you know, why not $500 or 1,000, depending on what you think the value of your instrumental is.
Yeah, so yeah, that's basically the exclusive, having it as like the master. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's when it's a once off deal and then like they profit. But yeah, I think you should also benefit at the end, because yeah, the smart contract, it depends on the smart contract you add. So maybe you earn a portion of the royalties whenever they sell as well. But like there's no cap, there's no threshold for them to meet so that it gets stopped. So like yeah, those kind of things, it's really exciting. There's so much potential with the music industry and tokenizing it, and there's so many topics. I feel like yeah, we haven't even touched on everything, because yeah, there's so many topics, and I wish we could actually talk about all of them, so that like yeah, I feel like we have so many ideas, and we could go on all day about it. And it's really exciting that yeah, we're going to see this happen on the XRPL, tokenization of a lot of things now. So yeah, I'm excited. Really excited for musicians as a whole. So we have a chance to now, create value and see the value of our music now, based on the fan base and the communities we create now in Web3. So yeah, musicians, this is a good time now to be an artist, and even your old work, even your old work is gonna be valuable at some point if you tokenize that first, and then move forward to tokenizing your latest stuff. But yeah, having your old work part of the archives of an NFT would be a good step for you. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to all the different aspects of music, and the tokenization of it. So yeah, I do wish every musician all the best, and yeah, I hope you find value in your music at the end of the day.
Hey, what's the status on XLS 20? What's going on with that?
So right now they're still voting. So it may take time. But yeah, they're voting on whether it should be amended on the XRP mainnet. And once that is amended, yeah, we're good to go. We're good to go, and we'll see a whole lot of projects starting to push their minting platforms, as well as a whole lot of projects starting to mint their images. Because I do see a whole lot of picture, profile picture projects, uh, starting to mint their stuff first before all the different types of uh NFTs come about, because yeah, those are the easiest to create first, and then the rest will follow suit as soon as they find stability and their way to tokenize what they're doing. So yeah, that's basically what's happening. We're still voting. The validators are still voting, and yeah, we'll soon hear an answer, maybe in the next month or so. There's no time frame, but yeah, I'm
Damn,
hoping.
how long do it take to vote? Like, what the fuck?
I think majority has to. I don't know how many have. I don't know what the
80, 80,
percentage
eighty
is.
percent I believe. 80%.
Uh, Okay, so yeah, until 80% say yes, then it's good to go, because they don't want to amend something that could cause problems or that not be used by the community. Because yeah, the main net and the XRP ledger is meant to have really really useful features, So all these features you need to ensure that they work well and there's no bugs, and that yeah the whole community is using it. And yeah, it's not going to be something that people uh, forget and not use anymore. So yeah, that's why they do the voting.
Oh, okay. Hey, I appreciate the knowledge, Kamikaze. I gotta go back to English class right now, so y'all keep the convo going. I'll be listening.
All
No,
right.
no, 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 no. You can't run. Come on, kid.
I got a social studies test I gotta work on.
I want you to tell me what's your favorite album on Reasonable, not Reasonable Doubt, Volume One.
Oh, the it's a hard knock life for us. Come on, or is that volume two? Whichever one. I don't know. Shit, I don't keep up with that East Coast shit.
Well, it seems like we've had an interesting day in the Wake and Bake vibes, and that we should end that here. We've covered a lot of topics and all of that. So, what y'all thinking? Kamikaze, Jakes?
Yeah, yeah. Give Kamikaze a break. I know. He's been talking for like 3 hours.
Ye- You know what? Like I do feel like yeah, this topic is so broad and we can continue talking about it like forever because it is a topic that everybody's interested in and people are waiting to see come to fruition on the XRP ledger, especially. So yeah, with that said, yeah, we could end it here and then maybe speak about it next week as another topic, as the same topic, and yeah, we talk about more in depth things with what tokenization could bring, you know, in music. Because yeah, I also want to bring speak about like you know the artists selling their rights in terms of like you know what Crypto Red Eye said with you know selling an instrumental. Imagine a songwriter selling their song lyrics as an NFT so that someone could use those lyrics on a song.
Yeah, you can also even sell like an instrumental with just the chorus on it.
And you know what? If you go back to the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, and go look at the, I don't know which call it was, where Feature came to the cookout, their platform does things like that as far as like renting out or
Yeah.
selling. Yeah. So if you guys go check that conversation out on the Two Cold YouTube channel, Feature is another project on the XRPL, and it doesn't necessarily offer tokens. And I think they have a Ripple grant as well, or there's something about Ripple is included in there. I forget if he said they got the grant, but it's FEETURE. You guys might want to check that out. So with that being said, Kamikaze is getting rugged. Some of you guys missed the exclusive track of the week, so we're gonna go on ahead and run it back. Pistol Star is the exclusive track of the week that our bros Alemi and Kamikaze brought upon
Emmy's up
us
here.
today.
Emmy came back.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna be talking. It's like he ain't. He's like in
Oh,
a barber shop and shit. Like
oh,
is that's why he
oh.
hasn't been here. He's handling business.
I'm kind of back in the block though. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Well,
I'm done.
we about to get up out of here. Is we've been here for hours, and
For
you've
sure.
been
For sure.
gone for more than half of them.
For sure. For sure.
All right. So We are about to tap into the exclusive track of the week. Don't forget, today is Thursday, so what we got coming up Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, we will be back with our co-host Gorilla Jakes, who's right there, as well as Triple X Rated for the XRPL pool party for the DGen type of hours of crypto talking conversations, right? And then on Sunday, we will have the usual XRPL cookout where we have our guests from the XRPL coming to talk to and with us about their projects, and we'll have the opportunity to ask any questions that we may have. And hopefully you guys start asking questions, right? And start getting up here because we're getting one step closer to XLS 20. So, as I always say at those cookouts, now is at that time will be a chance to be able to ask any and all questions. So, you better bring them and be ready. That promo to let you guys know which projects will be at the cookout on Sunday will be out tomorrow. And yeah, that's what we're rolling with. That's what we're doing. We are about to head up out of here in a second. Let's get this exclusive track played in case some of y'all missed it, give y'all a little bit of vibes. We did cover a lot of interesting conversations as far as music NFT goes, metadata for music NFTs, and just NFTs, period, in general. And what that means for the XRP ledger and projects getting ready to release, right? Because we are one step closer with XLS 20. So, let me play this track and then we'll come back with some closing thoughts from everybody who has a mic and anybody who wants to add to it. So here we go is an exclusive track, Pistol Star by XLemi and Kamikaze.
I'm a shooting star like a pistol. If you XRP, what's your issue? They said we was too cold, here's some tissue. We going past the moon and we won't miss you. They some shooting stars, I'm the pistol. They a work of art, I'm the pixel. They said we was too cold, I ain't this you. If it's a publicity stunt, then we'll dismiss you.
Guess who's back? The one who put the game on his back. Saved the world after he made a stack. Called up Lemmy just to make a track, but the train left the station. Now me and homie are on a spaceship. 3 other XRPL music sensation. For your information, we ain't faking. We've been taking luminous bags as the ISO. ODL taking us higher, so we're headed to the Milky Way. I don't really care what people say. Money greener than a crystal jade. Digitized so the trees are always safe. My bags are secure, but that's not the case. XRP ain't a security indicates we aim further than the moon. Might see the case ain't real soon. If you ain't ready, then you are doomed. If you ain't ready, then you are doomed. We're headed to space without gas fees. These tokens will never surpass me. I'm spaced out, you can't catch me. All you can do is try and match me because
I'm a shooting star like a pistol. If you XRP, what's your issue? They said we was too cold, here's some tissue. We going past the moon and we won't miss you. They some shooting stars, I'm the pistol. They a work of art, I'm the pixel. They said we was too cold, I ain't this you. If it's a publicity stunt, then we'll dismiss you. Thomas African party on the bad line with a Marte. XRP2, Kid Muhammad kudos, making sure I get my kudos. Black stars coming out of Ghana.
Pistol start busting like llamas. A Betty Pele got his IUs. Up in the G and in the bayou. Up the flank, it's a hey cool tie you. Then it's all door kicking them spirals. We didn't do well in the AFCON. Millivan, Ryan Vet, we had to fire you. Up to all door, we really admire you. Can't wait for Qatar, Jojo Alakai. Yes, he's a very good goalie. Jamaica, you gotta take notes, please. You got Baba, Mensa, Jiku, Bukari, Edu, Owusu, Kayere, Yabawa, Ofori, Kamehele, Atizigi, Atueje. Yeah, we ready. Maji Ashimiru, I hope to see you in the team. Pistol Star gonna hope that we bling. I'ma shoot the star like a pistol. If you XRP, what's your issue? They said we was too cold, here's some tissue. We going past the moon and we won't miss you.
There we go with the exclusive track from Lemmy and Kamikaze. And I'm gonna throw this in before we get up out of here. Um, as we know, as we said, XLS20 is one step closer. The dev community is working relentlessly. They just had a big dev call. Chris is a part of that community right there. Lemmy, if you can hear me, if you're listening to me, I handed the Zum.
I can hear you.
All
I
right.
can hear you.
I handed the Zum Wallet video and song to Chris and asked him if he could pass that to I don't know Wind guy, right? We say Windsor crew what
Weeds a win.
Win, okay. And he did. He passed it to him in a private DM, and he just sent me a screenshot back. He says, "We say win." Says, "Very nice. Thanks for sharing. Shared it in our internal XRPL Labs message channel, and it was very well received. Thank them for me." So they loved the Zoom Wallet instructional song and video. In case you guys don't know, that is on Lemmy's YouTube channel. All right, it's called "Gimme Zamo." Before we head out of here, I'll play that song as well so that you guys can get a vibe for it and possibly use that song, right? If you're trying to get anybody into crypto, explain the Zum wallet to them. There is a video attached to it as well. The lyrics to it, it walks you step by step of what the Zum wallet is, how to set it up, the 10 XRP you need, the 2 to set a trust line. It explains it all. So I'm glad that We Say When appreciated it and liked it, and I will also be reposting it on my Twitter page here in a short few when we get off of here, just to let the people and community know that there is a dope instructional song and video for the Zum wallet. So with that being said, Gorilla Jakes, the co-host for today, what is up, my guy? You got any closing thoughts before we head up out of here?
Nah, that's a dope track that I just heard. That's a dope track.
That
I like
is
that.
Pistol Star by our boys, the exclusive track of the week. We'll probably run it back maybe on XRPL Pool Party Night or at the Wake and Bake Vibes as well. But you're definitely not going to hear these on any of their streaming platforms or YouTube channels anytime soon. They're doing something with all of these tracks, is my assumption, because I really don't have a clue, so I'm just making stuff up. But since they haven't released it nowhere, um and only us three have these files, yeah, I'm assuming they're going to be doing something with all these exclusive tracks that they've been dropping over these 9 weeks, because this is the 9th Wake and Bake Vibes call. So Kamikaze, go ahead, my guy.
Hey, yeah. This was an interesting episode. I really enjoyed it, and like I said, yeah, we should speak about it next week and in depth, and speak about more of the different aspects of tokenizing music. just like, yeah, like I said, like what Crypto Red I put out there. Just like if an artist wants to, sell certain aspects of a song, like maybe like Space Park does guitars. So like if he has guitar riffs or any strumming he does, he wants to sell that so that a producer could use that on his song. Yeah, tokenizing that could be a possibility. And yeah, I do see a whole lot of potential in the music industry because it is vast. So yeah, appreciate everyone who spoke. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, 808 Crypto. Thank you for coming through. Triple X again, Mr. JN. What's up? Hales. Appreciate you guys. Uh, Crypto Red Eye, appreciate you. Gorilla Jakes, I really appreciate you guys putting input in here. And Lemmy, man, like, appreciate the music, bro. Appreciate, like making all this great work together. Yeah, man, it's amazing. And I hope to see it I hope to see it actually make create value on the XRPL too, so that like we could make that generational wealth that we've been talking about, because that's a huge aspect of investing in crypto and tokenizing music. I do see it as a way to create generational wealth for an artist, especially when they pass on, that like maybe that the value of their music still goes on to their families. So I do see something like that in the long run. So yeah, we'll talk about that more in future next week, definitely. So if you guys have any topics or any questions next week, yeah, let's bring it again. And yeah, let's talk more about tokenizing music. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great day on your side. But yeah, good evening and good night on my side.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, bro.
All right, yeah. Shout out everybody coming through. I know I wasn't very vocal, but I was able to hear a lot of things. Like it sounded like the tokenization topic went into a very developer side of the conversation. I couldn't really quite comprehend, but it sounded like it was very progressive and very powerful. And I'm looking forward to just seeing how everything evolves from there as far as the development side. I don't know if you guys were able to hear my voice note because I was absent, but hopefully it was heard and it was reciprocated well, and it was able to push the conversation to a more powerful note. You know, good conversation as usual. I'm glad you guys are receiving the music well. Shout out to everybody checking in. Just a few fun things that I wanted to share about my name. About my name that people might not know. I was telling Kamikaze this because I don't think people understand. My name isn't XLemi. It's XLemi. It's XL. Like my name got the letters for XLM in it. So I go by XLemi, but it can go for XLemi too. Like since everybody called me XLemi, I guess it just became that. But I just wanted to share that fun fact with y'all. As all the ISO coins become more popular and it becomes more familiarized, my name it was a bar. Like when I came into the crypto world, I said I'm gonna go by XLemi, and that's what I'm gonna go by in the crypto world because I can identifying with cryptos. It was a bar that I had in my song. I said XLemi. Every coin that I have, my wallet got a name, and it's kind of geared towards my name for me to remember it and just have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of wanted to share that. And then since Shino Shore since Shino Shore is in the building.
Nah, nah, fuck that. We trying to close out. We not trying to stay here for 5 more hours, bro.
I just had a question. I can't ask bro a question. Shit. All I got is a question. But you know what? Fuck that. We're gonna leave it alone. We gonna fuck it. Fuck it. We gonna close out and we're gonna do it.
No, you don't be
We're gonna do it
in the
straight.
space calls with Sino Shore. This is
All
what
right.
I'm telling you. So
All
he
right.
should have been here earlier. We are closing out. We're not extending this for 3 more hours. We've already been here for hella hours,
Cool,
right?
cool. I'm gonna give it some closure. Sign Strut, I'll try to hit you in your DM. We'll get this shit some
Nah,
closure.
nah, 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 bro. You bring that question for next week. Sign ashore, bro. Come through early so that Lemmy can ask this question so we can get the answers in here publicly. We're not doing this DM
Man,
thing, bro.
it's
Nah,
just a
we're
simple.
gonna
It's just a simple. It's just a simple question that needed a simple
yeah,
answer. But
ask
close
him.
that shit out. Close that
He's
shit
up.
out. Nah,
Nah,
I'm
nah,
out.
nah.
I'm out.
He's up here.
Yo, he didn't have the mic
I'm
the
out
whole
this bitch.
time.
I'm out this motherfucker. Nope. I'm gone.
He didn't even have the mic the whole time.
No, I was just saying the consensus for the XLS. I think it has to be held at 80% for 2 weeks. I could be mistaken, but Chris was in the room, so I just wanted to let you guys know that I believe that it must remain at 80% of the consensus or the validators for 2 weeks. And again, I could be still corrected.
No, you're right. We've went over it like 50 times. Again, you're late to the party.
That's not what I heard when I entered the room. I just heard 80%, and I'm like, that's time. People can be on vacation, not upgrading their network, and agreeing to the new amendment.
There's actually two amendments that we need to push through for it to
See,
work.
still
So
corrected.
you'll see that one's definitely got more votes than the other, and that's actually a good sign. So if you look at the amendment for XLS 20 and it doesn't have as many votes, that doesn't matter right now. We need the fix to go through first. So there's going to be some lag behind, but it's okay. You can just look at, because if we vote the fix, there's no reason why you would vote the fix without voting the XLS 20. So it's all a good sign right now. The numbers are pretty high for it just coming out 3 days ago.
Yeah, it's exciting. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna close off. Yeah, let me bring your question next week, bro. We're not we're not doing the DM thing, bro. We definitely want to hear this question so
I'm
Sign the
trying to
Show
figure
can
out
answer
how
it.
you controlling that man's action right there. What is that about? We
Exactly,
gotta
No,
wait.
here he goes.
exactly.
Here he goes. He's Sino Shore's trying to extend this conversation and drag this shit
No
out.
ma'am, no
And
ma'am.
that is
I'm just trying to.
what we are not about to do.
Hey,
We are
if I
shutting this
can,
shit down.
let me add one thing. It'll be quick, I promise. So I've been back and forth with Witsuin for probably a year, and he crushes my spirit sometimes because he's straight up and blunt. So if he said that he liked that, he definitely liked it.
That's what's up. And that's what we're gonna close this call out with is the Zamo song, right? The instructional song. But before we do that, so thank you for passing that along, Chris. Really do greatly appreciate that. Red Eye, you want to add to these closing things before we close out? He's at work, so there he
I'm
goes.
just glad to be a part of the community, and yeah, thanks for having me. And everybody's like so awesome.
For sure. You know, we here a lot of days throughout the week, but on Thursdays we got the music vibes. It's you're gonna be last, I know. Short, Chris. You got any last closing statements before we close out?
Yeah, close all your trust lines or all shit.
Space Park. You want to add to this before we get up out of here?
Just appreciate all you guys for what you guys are doing, and keeping it real. That's all that really matters at this point in this industry, because there's so many bullshit, phony, fucking ruggers, scammers. So I think it's our job to really be real with who we are. So appreciate everybody.
Thank you, thank you. And last but certainly not least,
I don't know if it's my turn, but I just want to say I caught the ass end of everything. This is an amazing build. Give a shout out to Two Code, everyone that's up here right now. And I look forward to just being involved in this XRPL community and possibly some cross chain action.
Exactly. And with that said, we're going to get into this anticipated Zum Wallet instruction song, as well as, like I said, if you go to Lemmy's YouTube page, you will see the instructional video as well. You can use this as a onboarding tool to newcomers to the XRPL ecosystem, and just kind of, if you telling them to download the Zum Wallet and get active, you might want to go to Lemmy's YouTube channel and send them this song link as well, and this will walk them through everything they need to know. So here we go with Zummo, approved by We Say When, the creator of the Zum Wallet.
Tsunami. There's two cut out of vibe. Crypto survival calls me the Zum Wallet Whisperer. It's clear to me how powerful and important the Zum Wallet will be. So Lemmy, the fam, and me try our hardest to educate the community.
XRPL coins, I want it, copy, get some more. XRPL coins, I want them, copy, get some more. XRPL coins, I want it, copy, get some more. You know how we roll, no window shopping flow. XRPL coins, I want it, copy, get some more. XRPL coins, I want it, copy, get some more. XRPL coins, I want it, copy, get some more. Give me some more. Give me some more. Download your Zum Wallet. Make sure you write all your keys before you get your trust line. You gotta have 10 XRP. That's where I keep my Weembo. That's where I keep my LKM. That's where I keep my MG social. And coil up all of my gems. You can make your own token on the XRPL, I ain't joking. Exchange coins on the Dex trade. Hit account worth, see how much it made. The Tangum card is for secret keys. Casino coins are the ones with memes. Rug trust line token trash. We say win pad on the bag. XRPL coins, I want it, copy, get some more. XRPL coins, I want them, copy, get some more. XRPL coins, I want it, copy, get some more. You know how we roll, no window shopping flow. XRPL coins, I want it, copy, get some more. XRPL coins, I want it, copy, get some more. XRPL coins, I want it, copy, get some more. Give me some more. Give me some more. Hold your breath, they coming in from right to left. XRPZ, Zoom while they hide to death. Staying alive, you know only the strongest survive. XRPZ, affordable, go check the price. Hold your breath, they coming in from right to left. XRPZ, Zoom while they hide to death. Staying alive, you know only the strongest survive. XRPZ, affordable, go check the price. XRP for the Cell 5. Solo Jenny for the 30. ISO, how I live my life. 222, if you heard me. Kudos for the Cell 5. ELS for the 30. ISO, how I live my life. 222, if you heard me.
We know what XRPZ will be. Once the masses come, we know they're going to need that crypto education. From explaining what XRPZ is to schooling them about the Zum. Sending tips without an addy by just using your Twitter social status. We pioneers on this blockchain, so educating is our obligation.
There we go. If y'all never heard that song, y'all heard it here again. Like I said, that is on YouTube and can be used as a onboarding tool and resource for people you may be trying to bring into the XRPL ecosystem who may need instructions on what to do with the Zum wallet. So, with that being said, thank y'all for pulling up to the Wake and Bake Vibes. We here every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern with our boys Lemmy and Kamikaze, who is the owner and creator of the XRPL project Sonar Muse, which is going to be the first music streaming, the first music NFT store, as well as a streaming platform. So I suggest you guys do your research on it, check it out, and start getting prepared for that, because when he starts making noise about it, I believe it's going to start making noise. So I want to thank all of you guys for joining this very in-depth conversation about a lot of the XLS20 side of things for music NFTs and all of that stuff. And as Kamikaze said, it's a conversation that we can most definitely pick up again next week, because next week we may have some more updates and news on the XLS20 to even further go into more discussions. So I appreciate all of your guys' input, all of your guys' dialogue, and we will be back at it Thursday at 2 p.m. for the Wake and Bake Vibes. Love y'all, much love, and I will catch y'all in the crypto streets. Be safe and make sure you DYOR, regardless of what project you're looking at or getting into. All right, y'all, we up out of here. 2 Code and the XRPL Cookout brand is gone. Catch you on the next one.